No.
I didn't ask.
If we're ambushed, we're going to be ambushed by Gerudo, and we're not winning that fight.
You guys aren't winning that fight. The rest of us are inside.
No, I thought that we went back inside. I remember us walking back in.
Moko's sleeping in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
So, save file.
I wonder. Mark of has to do his best to.
Boop boop. So, a weird new screen pops up.
Oh dear.
Apparently, there's an update to download, so we can't properly start for a while. I guess we better just kind of, I don't know, chat about where we were and stuff.
Talk about things, put our game plan together. Hope someone wrote that code down.
I did, but I switched notebooks, and I didn't rewrite it. May Sierra have a saving grace from Alexis's stupidity.
Go back a minute. What are you missing?
The door code that I turned into a stone to listen for.
She said out all 9?
Is that what we were talking about?
It's GSC Diamond.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew that Alona would write it down, but I didn't want to count on Alona writing it down.
Me neither, and you said that on the ride over here, and I was like, fuck. Because I immediately remembered that I switched notebooks.
To recall where we were at, overarching mission seems to be find a way to cross that stupid desert.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Mama Silk is making a sail for like a sand sailboat kind of thing.
She also made me a net.
Uh-huh.
Campaign's over.
I accomplished my goal. Fuck you guys.
You got yourself a prince, you got yourself a battle net, you don't need anything else in your life.
I've been done with this campaign since level 2. Let's move on, guys.
Ready for the sequel.
What do you think we're playing?
Overarching, again, mission, you found a gate that leads out apparently into the expansive desert that you need to cross. But the town keeps it shut. It was like, rude, after you guys. And so from the sounds of things, you guys are conspiring to infiltrate the GSC, which is said to have the chief of the village inside and be able to negotiate or not. You've already maybe sent a letter in of apparently challenging to one-on-one combat.
Oh, I definitely did that.
You did that because you're like, I need to know that you guys are strong before I ally myself with you, so let's fight!
No.
It's a very Umara thing to do.
God damn, why was I in character for that moment?
So you're in character for most of them.
Because you're a good player?
Yeah.
Shut up!
No.
I didn't ask.
How dare you compliment me?
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did! You literally asked!
It was rhetorical.
Seer got the code.
Goya fell asleep drunk.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you did.
What? I got his information.
You kept Banana Man off of my track.
I did. Although I don't know how well I did. I'm so, as Sarah, I'm so terrified that we're gonna go down the road. He's gonna show up and be like, "You were a terrible, terrible actor." I knew he was nearby, but I didn't want to risk you raising the alarm, so I left. But no.
And he shows up with an army behind him.
Well, he's like, "You were clearly hiding him. Where the heck is he?"
If he shows up with an army, I'll be like, hey, other secret police.
Can you help us now?
Not can you help us now? Their base, wherever it is that I'm certain you know, is now unguarded. Have fun.
We'll distract the army. You guys go in.
I'll survive as long as blur and mirror image will work for me. Wait, that's never.
Hey, an enemy missed you once.
Yeah. It did.
You guys did the training grounds,
Yep.
got the ice arrow, got some dope quivers. Other minute details, there seems to be 2 schools that are in the Gerudo village. One for the children's, which we have a very good rapport with, and one for the adults, seemingly.
Learning how to hug.
Because this is a society all of women, except for one, who doesn't seem to spend any time in the village, according to experience and
And
such.
literally anyone we talk to.
He just shows up to collect his mail. Well, boss fight.
The
Catch
joke's
him
on you, the
flat-footed.
mail hasn't been working for the last...
I know it hasn't. Okay.
No.
He might not know that. He's been away.
You've actually stopped his plans of mailing everyone in Hyrule.
Yeah.
No, the secret plan was anthrax.
You guys are dumb.
Final Fight is actually Poco and Ganondorf mailing letters at each other.
I'm picturing just like flocks of messenger pigeons.
No,
Flight of
it's
the Valkyrie as the pigeons just harmlessly fly past each other.
Yes.
fine. You just have to have the letters actually be scrolls of fireball,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just carpet bombing.
No, not scrolls of fireball. You need them to be
Explosive runes.
explosive runes.
Explosive
So the
runes.
second he reads them, boom! And then hopefully curiosity will just get the cat on the rest of them.
And hopefully he can read.
You
That's
don't
the
actually
secret.
need to be able to comprehend it. You just need to look at the runes and attempt to read them.
Mm-hmm.
Because even someone who can't read magic can set them off.
And
Nice.
the human brain automatically tries to read any writing in front of them.
Alternatively, the rules say that you don't have to know, and therefore it works that way. No science in my D&D.
No science, then I'm floating on this water.
You did just swim in it.
No, I love you and you're totally right. I just, when I'm DMing, I'm like, no, don't give me the real reason, give me the fantasy.
Fantasy reason is it works.
Yeah, with magic.
Yeah.
It's not as fun.
Okay, you might not like mysticism in your games, but I do.
I like prying apart the world with crowbar, even if it's a funny shaped crowbar.
And look at that, the loading screen. It's already loaded.
Yeah.
Cool.
Almost as if the loading was a metaphor for me filling my tummy with pizza.
DM loading.
Sounds big.
So you're able to load, as you had done so, you're able to load the save file, and the sun comes up on a calm Gerudo morning. I believe we kind of played out the next morning a little bit, and you guys had basically said, okay, this is all we had to do today before time skipping. So
Yep.
is that where you guys still are at, or would you like to do some stuff before the day winds away?
Nope, I got nothing. I personally have nothing new to do.
I feel that.
Okay. One thing that might be suggested is to plan out what your activities are going to be once the night shows up and what you're going to do. Other than that, if you want to, we can time skip to nighttime.
I think the general plan is to present our Zarian princess at the Gerudo Secret Club and say, hey, I sent you a letter yesterday. I'm here to follow up.
Never mind the code that we worked so hard to get.
Well, no, like, we'll use the code to get in.
Fuck the code!
I held still for 8 hours. That's the hard work I did.
That's hard work. You didn't fall asleep during it.
That's true.
We don't know that.
She just woke up when people approached. Okay.
He's just a really light sleeper.
So off in the distance, you hear a couple of musical notes of da 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 da, and boom, the sun sets and the moon rises, and it's nighttime, and people are out doing nighttime things. It's almost like 12 hours passed in the blink of an eye.
Suspicious.
I'm not going to draw out the map of Gerudo Village in its entirety. If you take the same path that you had done before, you'd be skipping over the bar area, which they're doing their thing. There's a little less ruckus revelry coming in through there than there was in the previous night. The school is still doing the school things. They really haven't changed. It's a video game. People pretty much do the same thing all the time. It does require a little bit of jumping from rooftop to rooftop to be able to get to Gerudo Secret Club, but I think everyone has a minimum strength score to be able to make a running jump to be able to get there. You're presented with a featureless door in front of you on, again, these stone adobe buildings. No windows, nothing marking it, just right angles, stone, and a door.
Well, Amara, do you want to follow up?
Should we announce her? If we're doing this as a formal thing, or should
I
she
figured we'd
announce
be doing
herself?
that in the day. If we're coming at night, don't you think that kind of...
It's only open at night.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we knock? Do we walk in? I don't know the etiquette.
We knock, we're just trying to figure out.
Choose. The first letter, O. Second letter, M. Third letter, G. Choose one.
G.
Third letter.
No acknowledgement. Choose one. First letter, S. Second letter, M. Third letter, H. No reaction once again. Choose. First letter, I. Second letter, D. Third letter, C.
Third letter.
There's a bit more of a pause on that one. Choose one. First letter, R. Second letter, O. Third letter, F. Fourth letter, L. Fifth letter, M. Sixth letter, A. Seventh letter, O. Or the shape of a diamond.
Diamond.
And Agrudo opens the door, looks at all of you, And if you want to roll initiative, you may, because there's about to be actions that are happening, given that you are not one person. So you guys have the opportunity to take actions before she does.
I don't.
I mean,
I do.
so do I, but unless they look like they're going to slam the door in our faces.
I'll make a diplomacy check to say we are here to present the Zoran princess to your chief.
This ruse of a secret
proposal.
This ruse of a secret club was most annoying. And that's a total of 10.
Do they look like they're going
That's
to slam
a
the door in our
total of
faces?
10.
You can't tell anything from her stunned expression.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so that was 17, 14 on the initiative order?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else can beat a 12?
I rolled a 12.
Okay. I'll let you go rather than re-rolling, because if you want to do a thing, you can do a thing.
Nope.
Okay. She looks back and forth, grabs the door, and starts slowly trying to slam it, but it doesn't slam because it's a stone sliding door.
Nope.
Foma just
gonna
waddles into the door frame.
No.
All of a sudden, there's like harried shouting behind you. And you can see a room. The room looks like pizza.
I'm alright with this.
You guys are going to be entering from here, and one in front of you shouts back something in a language that I don't think anyone speaks. Anyone speak Gerudo?
Nope.
I speak Korok.
I hardly speak common.
Can I roll something to get, like, the general tone of voice? Are they pissed? Are they going to shoot us?
Definite
Kind of thing.
anger.
Okay.
Or surprise, or some type of bad things sounds like bad things.
Yay.
All things Gerudo say sound.
This is true, but, you
That's
know.
biased court.
Glancing around before anything else goes down, if anything else were to go down, mannequins, each wearing clothing, I guess you could call them, because they're not proper armor. There's no plates, there's no bones. They're
Boneless.
they're boneless. They do have skeleton patterns on them and glow softly, though. We've got the mask, the top, and then the bottom. Also on those very same mannequins, jewelry, a couple of earrings, circlet or two, and workstations where a bunch of Gerudo warriors, because they're all warriors, are hammering out metal, working with jewels, and as soon as they get shouted at, they start fumbling around their tools and stuff. And one right over here, which I think that's my die, Pocky. In the corner, no chair, cleaning.
Uh-huh.
They're fumbling around for things, and that is their turn.
Our turn is arming themselves, okay? We've still got Umara and
Me?
Mhm.
Yeah. I will hold my action, and if I see combat coming, then I will attack the nearest one I can with my scorpion whip. Is that how I prepare an action?
Yeah. That's perfect.
Stroll on in, I like it.
Casual gaze left, casual gaze right. So this is nothing more than an operation, is it?
And that's when you see the woman in the corner who was not working on anything. When she gets up and walks towards you, it's more apt to say that she glides, with movements more like liquid copper than flesh and bone, one hip at a time. Her nose seems more akin to a falcon's beak, with how sharply it points downward. A little less muscle mass, but lithe and agile as she moves forward, a safe distance away. I believe then we're at the top of the initiative order where the people who beat the 12 have actions that they could choose to
so
take.
this is quiet.
We all just casually walk in.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't threatened me yet.
Double move. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's where I am.
We're here presenting the princess. I will use all my movements just to get in, like, behind her. Because we're here with her. She's not here with us.
Okay. So now they have a chance to move.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right, because you got 12 as well.
Yeah.
Waddles in his chicken costume.
That's right, he's his chicken costume.
Yep. No one told him to change.
So then this would be
forgot he
5,
had
15, 20,
That's adorable.
30,
It's so like a kid. To just be like, this is my clothes now.
And that was Poco, I think. So
Yes.
this is 5 steps. 5-foot steps.
Yep.
This one's still stunned at the door. Pocky's gonna stay there for now.
what you get for coming on a duty drunk.
And they've had the time to grab materials, and they're now brandishing scimitars and shields as they flank their ruler, or their chief, as you might call him, the Lady Nabu. Were you the one who sent the letter?
Are you the one who didn't respond?
I have to give you at least some credit. No one's ever tried, and no one's ever gotten this far before. So I will give you points for creativity. Koya, make a will save.
Will is not a happy skill. Ooh, but that's a happy roll. That's a total of 21.
Reroll it.
22.
I suppose I can probably connect the dots here. The letter was a pretense to try to get welcomed in. Didn't respond. Not sure how you found the password in, but you're here to try to kill me.
Why would I try and kill you?
That's what all of Ganondorf's assassins do. And they all leave in pieces.
The
We're
chicken
just-
laughs.
We're just trying to get across the desert. We need you to open up the gate. I'm looking as honest as a bird can.
And I'm looking as strange as a bird can.
As strange as a bird can.
Thankfully, no one's lying, because
Yeah.
that's a 27 cents motive. It's like,
So she knows the truth.
Uh-huh.
why then?
You're a difficult.
Stand up. And she
Seer, you can come in if you want.
She's just standing there looking at the sun
just
guard.
like-
Hey.
Is this, are you
Hi.
Why would you need to go across the desert? The desert kills people.
Uh-huh.
It eats people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're working on the safe crossing part. Still.
Why
And
even
then we
navigate
can
if you
think
don't
about
want people
safety.
going through it?
We don't want any of the children getting eaten by it.
Oh.
So are you telling me right now that you can't even watch your children?
Well, we can watch our children, sure. I know at least the group you see around you, we have what you would call day jobs. And I'm not sure how much I trust the Hylian who's teaching them. The other thing is that there are at least a few monsters on the other side of the gate that we'd like to stay on the side of the gate.
Okay, let me ask a different question. Why is it a gate and not a wall?
Because the great Ganondorf has to take his followers in and bring them back out. And how he crosses the desert is anyone's guess. It's always just him and his followers.
He should try a boat.
It's sand.
A sand boat, says the chicken.
Sure, a sand boat.
It
You
is
know.
called a skiff.
Yes.
You live in desert and don't know skiff?
We live in this part of the desert. We walk where we need to go. Or ride horses. Once again, why do you want to cross the desert that will eat you whole, whether the dragon finds you or not?
Inamara slowly pans to the chicken. Probably to get to the other side.
I appreciate you. I break character to appreciate you. The only thing that's on the other side, you have the Spirit Temple,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
and that's where the great Ganondorf and all of his followers hold him.
You don't like him.
No one who really knows the great Ganondorf likes the great Ganondorf. I'm a thief. I will say that. I've stolen. But I've never stolen from the weak, I've never stolen from the ill, and I've never stolen from the old. Ganondorf is the type of person who has no such qualms. He's a thief without honor. He abuses the power he was born into.
I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't hear any of that, as both a member of a Knight's Guard and as actual royalty. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that you're a thief.
Are you going to do something about it?
She's engaged.
I was gonna say that's the first line of sexual tension. It's akin to make me.
I literally sent you a letter asking you to fight, and you didn't respond, so I presume you're not ready for me to do anything about it. I've finished your trials, and I've finished many others. Fighting you would simply be another medal on a wall.
It is a big wall, and there is not much room left.
This must be your first time being introduced to a thief.
Nope. I literally work with one.
We don't do the whole one-on-one combat. We don't fight for honor.
Oh, I'm well aware.
We fight because we failed.
I'm also aware of that. I'm also aware that currently all of your guards have returned to their positions, and if I was to so much as draw a weapon right now, it would be one-on-one for at least a few seconds.
Maybe.
That's all I need.
Maybe.
But I'm not here to fight you, I'm here to fight other Gerudo.
Mostly Ganondorf.
That is bold to
Thank
say.
you for the specification.
Well,
Please
eventually
note.
Ganondorf. Sorry.
Please know that there is a bit of a distinction between our people and the person who was born into leading them.
Wait, question.
Bagok?
No.
And I lift the chicken hood. And so now there's just this green mask.
We were told not to say bad things about the man in charge. Can we say them in here?
Who told you that?
Everyone.
Other Gerudo.
Everyone.
This is the best possible place to say that.
Ganon is a shit
Gerudo
fuck.
Poco! Ganondorf sucks, my bad.
We've been over this word. No.
Gerudo
Yes.
No, it's not
Yes.
a good word.
And
It's
he's not a
two
good
words.
person.
This is true. You taught it to. I don't want to hear it.
It's
No.
2 words.
Did he
No.
say shit fuck?
I did.
I taught him that.
Yes.
Seer. Why?
Shit and fuck are separate words.
But the way he's using them, it's one word.
Yes, for one bad person. He's a shit fuck.
No, there
Okay,
are
wait,
better
one second,
ways.
one second. Among my many children, please give Naburo a moment.
This one's right.
Sorry, she gave us permission to curse and badmouth, and we were on it.
I figured that the one who says, I'm a thief, I'm not gonna fight alone, I'm not against the wall, is probably not the one that we should talk over.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Also, because I am technically chieftain of this village, and of my people when Ganondorf isn't giving orders. So, yeah, I guess you would consider me my people's version of royalty.
And Ganondorf has stolen ours.
He's stolen your royalty?
As far as we know, or don't.
The princess.
Yes. She
Ganondorf.
disappeared on the Blood Moon and has not been seen since, and when we went to the castle to potentially free her from any sort of hostage, it was him and another long-tongued fellow.
I do know that after the Blood Moon there was a bit of a convoy that came back and went through the gate, and it had many of your people as a part of it. I was not aware that there was royalty in there. Mostly because they came in, went straight through the gate, and said nothing to no one.
Question.
Yes.
You said you had honor.
No, she said that she had no honor.
Thieves' honor.
Okay, that is different than regular honor. then.
Yes.
Okay, no further question. Do not want to be rude.
Are you curious about what that is? I'm assuming you're young, given your size.
Oh no, I am very old.
Oh.
He's at least 30.
Yes.
Wow.
But question is then for follow-upping, you saw Ganon with many of her people going to gate.
He was not specifically as a part of the convoy.
So you
The
saw
people he left with, they came back without him at a title.
The followers.
But he did leave with people not of your kind, not Gerudo. He left with a group of
It's hard to tell,
Hylians, you said.
given that they were robed.
Ah, very well. That,
And he vouched for them to get past without...
okay,
Normally, Vo aren't allowed within these borders.
yes.
Did they wear any particular symbols, or was it just plain robes?
Plain robes, most likely to obscure whatever it was they were underneath. Once again, they are Ganondorf's followers, and he has the ability to just order us to stand down, and we can't investigate what they are. Assassins is what they probably are.
So then, I cut out most of the middle questions. Ganondorf is so strong, you do not feel the people could all rise together against him.
By tradition, he's our king.
What is tradition?
It's the way our people have always lived.
No, but why?
Why is that the tradition?
Why not break it if it is wrong?
Because in my people, only one Vo is ever born to a generation.
What about just waiting for the next one then?
Because it's widely believed that it's divine selection.
So they're all shitheads.
Oh shit.
I can only speak about the one that was born in my generation, and yes, he is. Fully and completely.
Do you not keep an oral history of sorts?
As far as stories are passed down, but not all leaders have been as flashy as Ganondorf is. And so stories aren't nearly as common when there's peace and quiet.
That makes sense.
So the only one that sounds like, at least what you're discussing, is Ganondorf himself. I'm sorry, the great Ganondorf, because I'm apparently bound to say that. So stupid.
Bound by no power that exists here, if you were able to say it before.
Tradition. And sarcasm.
I respect the sarcasm.
If all you need is the gate opened, that's easy enough done. If you're feeling in the spending mood, we have some wares on display. Jewelry.
Your secret clubhouse sells stuff?
Do you have any recommendations for how to cross the desert?
Stories of how it's done.
At least what the stories say, or what we're allowed to hear, is that it's, again, some type of divine favor that allows Ganondorf to part the shifting sands and to walk unencumbered through the desert. He never allows any, at least of my people, and she motions to her loyal guard all around the room, all around you. Never lets anyone but his own followers watch. So if it's some type of divine favor, some type of magic, there's no way for me to know. Not yet, at least. But just as he's trying to catch me, I'm trying to catch him and figure out how he does it. Perhaps one of these nights, one of these days, I'll have planted someone who catches them in the act and doesn't get caught. Fortunately, we've lost a couple of good people that way. One thing I can prepare you for, at least, is the ghost of the shipyard. If you want to call it talk about sand ships, we call it the shipyard because the people who've been able to get close enough, there's junk in there that looks like it could have been used as some type of vessel. It's also where we throw all of the used weapons and all of the used suits of armor from the school.
Yes, we were planning on going to the junkyard to put together the bottom of the skiff.
There's a ghost that haunts it.
Not at first.
Oh.
Is it malicious?
Yes.
Only out at night or whenever trespassers come through?
Rises up with 2 swords and a helmet. Other than that, you can't see anything. And it will swing at anything that gets close enough. Also, some type of yellow jelly monster. Crackles. Try not to touch it. You'll have to get through those to be able to investigate any further.
Umara, stay away from the yellow jelly monster.
You don't say.
Jitsuko, I hope you don't mind, but I think if we are fighting Ghost, Koi should carry you further out.
Alright.
You take a second to look at the bottle I handed you.
It's
The little spirit.
Yep.
You gave her a bottle of spirits.
She was drunk last night, gosh dang it!
So a junkyard haunted by a ghost.
Yes.
These, and I pointed the 3 mannequins. They glow.
And Pogo accidentally cast Detect Magic.
It's actually not magic.
Why they do that?
It's a type of stone. Glows.
Glowstone.
If you work with the material enough, you can turn it into a dye. And it puts it on the clothing. And so the bones glow at night. Other things you're interested in. Naburu kind of starts stepping back as one of the people that aren't you. Starts taking you around to show off their wares. Basically, you've got the ruby circlet, the diamond circlet. We're going to call this radiant armor, even though it's not technically armored. You can buy it basically as a full set. The amber earrings, opal, and topaz earrings. A little pricey, but they convey effects, and the accessories can be equipped on top of like cloaks and tunics and stuff.
I gotta know about all that jewelry.
So Ruby Circlet is Cold Res 2, Sapphire is Heat Res 2, Diamond Circlet is an additional VR 1, Radiant
VR?
DR.
DR, thank you.
This is a virtual reality one. You can go another level into the game.
I was curious!
becomes the Matrix after that. The Radiant Armor functions as a spider silk bodysuit, except it glows in the dark, so you can basically get the effect of raising the luminous
The
effect.
glowing in the dark is not optional because it's a dye,
Because it's a dye.
so it always glows.
Amber earrings, I think, were useless in the game. Opal increases your swim checks, and Topaz are shock res 2.
I think you need shock res.
Yeah.
I want to be so good at swimming.
You are! You already are.
Mars gotta be better than Poco, though.
I want to be the best swimmer in all of Hyrule.
But shock resistance.
Shock
I have a ton of
resistance.
health. I'll be fine.
Shock resistance. You are nothing but a metallic conductor.
Can we get prices for the shock res and for the spider yourself.
And for the diamond tiara.
So, Diamond Circlet is the priciest at 500. Topaz is pretty bad at, Topaz is pretty bad at 330. All of the set together for the armor is really overpriced at 850.
Is this 350?
How much can I get for 6?
100?
6.
Which one you want?
I already wear an earring, so I don't need any of those.
They hold up a single block of luminous ore. It's called a luminous stone. We can chip you off a piece of this.
Not even the whole block.
Dang.
Are the amber earrings pretty?
Yes, they are very well crafted.
They were the ones that did nothing, right?
They're the ones that do not.
How much do they cost?
Those 150.
Okay. Poco forks out 650 rupees from his chicken bag. And I point at the earrings and the diamond circlet.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
God, I have money in this campaign.
I invested in a shop.
650.
I'm planning on long-term returns.
I gave all of my stuff to somebody at home. I don't have any money left.
I've never had more than 100.
I think I started with like 60.
Poco's just been grabbing the monies.
Uh-huh.
Intentionally.
I
Been
know.
running ahead.
I wouldn't grab monies.
Then ask for it. Poco literally offers to buy you guys stuff every time we go to a store. There's never been a moment when he hasn't offered to buy. And he takes the earrings over to Sierra.
Oh my goodness. You're the best girlfriend ever.
I know.
A little kiss on the branch.
So Poco doesn't know how to wear a circlet, so it's like kind of draped at this weird diagonal angle.
Is it large enough that it could be a belt? Or like go around his chest?
It could be worn, as
He
a
wears
belt
it
on
as a
him.
belt.
Then yeah, I'm gonna help him shimmy into it like it's like a belt or like over on it like over his chest or something. Like it's an interesting breastplate.
Okay.
Underneath the chickens.
Over.
Over the chickens.
No, it's gotta go under so I can change armor if I need
Uh-huh.
Because I have 4 sets of armor.
You have 4 sets of clothing.
Correct. Armor is bad for me.
You're the only one with costume changes.
No.
Yes, no, I'm the one who specifically wants to be wearing chicken suits during intense cutscenes.
Uh-huh. You are.
It's like beach attire in RPGs. It like doesn't fit ever, but you wear it for the memes.
I respect that.
Her name was Nobu, right? Did she go away?
She's chilling in the corner.
I'm just picturing her permanently in a hot tub now.
Basically, that's where she spends most of her
With
time.
a glass of champagne in one hand that never gets warm.
She's just chilling. Just let me know when you want to get the gate raised.
Noburo is her full name.
Thank you.
No.
Can we do that during the day, or are we gonna have to wait until tomorrow night?
Whenever you want.
Wonderful.
The junkyard's on the other side, right?
I've also got these pearls. I have 3 of them.
And I'm saying it for posterity's sake. Poco casually undresses and puts on the Goron tunic, and then shimmies the belt back on, and shoves this giant folded chicken suit into his fish bag. There's no longer a fish bag. There's no fish in there. That's
This
how he
is
holds all the
true.
costumes.
We ate the fish that were starting to go real ripe.
Sushi.
Only when it's fresh.
Like gas station sushi, maybe.
At the time we ate it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I ate every single piece. I gave them to other things to eat, but never to you guys. I just crammed them down with strength boosts.
Yep.
Question for the DM.
Yes, sir.
Can the hood of the chicken suit be detachable?
It was not designed to be detachable.
Okay.
But it can be easily modified.
You own a sword. Everything is detachable.
I need to make it so I can put it on whatever outfit I'm wearing. There's a chicken suit. It's a chicken head. I want to look like
I can take one of my knives and start busting the threads.
No, I would need someone to sew it together again.
Buttons would probably be the best. Buttons in the collars of your other outfits, buttons on the head of the chicken suit.
Does Velcro exist in this universe?
Go get me some
I know that rubber does.
Velcro probably involves a very particular crafting mechanism that we do not have.
We don't have
Velcro's probably very expensive.
we just
if
have
it
to start
doesn't
trying
exist
to
here.
combine every item we pick up.
Yep.
I've got some
Point and-
pearls.
This is not a point and
Okay,
click.
combine the pearls with my
Do I still have have these worms? I distinctly remember not having these worms.
You dumped the worms
Did.
into a bucket, I think. No, you handed the bottle to her. She dumped them out and then got a useless
And then I
spell.
got
Okay.
it was not useless, it was just
We
cold
have the
fire.
pearl price.
For pearl, we're gonna go with the opal one because I don't think I can see a pearl on this list, which is 60 rupees per for a total of 180.
Whoa! I'm rich! I have so much money.
You have exactly 180 rupees.
Who are you going to marry?
186. Thank you.
Way off.
Who are you going to marry, Umara?
No one?
Oh, okay.
You're not gonna send a letter back?
Am I gonna hand deliver it?
The mail's not working, dear.
I'm
Sadly.
aware. Just saying later.
I mean, he writes one every day. Why don't you?
Why don't you write your girlfriend any letters?
She hasn't asked.
She just bought me earrings. We're good.
Did my fiance ask me to write him letters?
No, but he did give you earrings, so you're good.
There you go.
It works out. Are you okay, Umara?
I'm great. Just curious how we're gonna cross a desert.
Sand boat.
We have to build the sand boat first, Poco.
Yes, yes.
So I would possibly in daylight, we ask for the gate to be opened, go out just foraging, probably have to fight a ghost, gather what we need, and then come back to build.
Will the ghost come out in day?
They just said it does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not hear.
So here's the current analysis of where I'm at. We have to go fight a ghost, and historically, I'm great at that. We also had to fight creatures made of lightning, which historically, I'm great at. And then, we have to go sailing on not water, which historically, I've never done.
None of us have.
So I'm
Head
standing here.
We're all figuring out as we go along. None of us quite know what's going on.
Yeah.
Don't you have the
My bow's gonna get some work in today.
And Poco tries to charade the rubber bodysuit.
He
She does.
wobbles.
You're welcome to have it.
Nope.
I was hoping for Buster Ring.
I've seen you get knocked down by far less.
And I offer the Buster Ring.
I own a bow, Poco. Speaking of bows,
Yes.
do you know anyone who sells composite longbows?
Unfortunately, that the technology level is not.
Worth a try.
This world, yeah, the technology level is not cheap. That at least, not in this area of the world. There is another area of the world that has far more technology than this, and it's not here.
Yep, we left that.
Look, I can only buy so many weapons before you guys cut me off. So like, I have to
I'm
keep it
referencing
to
somewhere
a
else than you.
Oh,
I think I do.
I don't think you do,
Ooh.
because there's no indication whatsoever that this exists.
Okay. I was just going on various ancient cultures of the games.
What's your prediction?
The sort of tech that you find. So now I have two. One would be the tech when you're doing Twilight Princess Gerudo Desert, and everything is ancient high tech. And then, like the spinny wheel that I love so much, the little Beyblade. And the other is Sky Temple, like Skyward Sword, because that temple was pretty high tech.
The thing I was referencing was neither of those.
Cool.
So
And
there's
even if it was one of them, cool.
an area of the world, in addition, if any of the things you listed are in the world, in addition to that.
Cool. Let's go find it right now. Drop the main quest. It's at Lakeside Lab.
How did he know?
it's underneath Lakeside Laboratory.
You have to go underneath and lift up Lakeside Laboratory.
And there's a
And
there's a single composite longbow under the building. Didn't you catch the hint?
Nothing else.
It's oversized though. Shoot spears.
We have to go
She's
back
getting
now.
it.
Oh God, fuck the boat. Let's go somewhere else.
We'll shoot ourselves across the desert.
So yeah, we should go get sleep before fighting this ghosty. If you like, Umar, we both have the capability of shooting these ice or fire arrows. If either of those would work,
Nah, those are yours.
I can also, throw bombs and such.
Throw bombs then.
Jitsuko heard of the ghosts in the past with magic. Are that not the arrows?
Poco, I'm not magical.
But the arrows are, right?
Yeah.
So the arrow could hurt ghosts.
And the arrows are hers.
No, they're whoever he wants them.
DM checking. A ghost is an incorporeal creature, yeah?
Correct.
Cool.
It's the whole reason I can't touch them.
You could do some damage to them.
Hold on, you could also, I mean, if we wanted that, we could go to Kumara.
But then what would she do?
Magic arrows.
That.
So she would give me her magic arrows,
No.
No.
and then use magic arrows?
No.
Alternative being, I give you Naomi, she helps you hit the ghost, and I just do what I would normally do.
You certainly have the greatest hitting potential. Naomi would be able to assist you.
Freaks me out, but I'll take it.
She's a good conversation partner.
And she's a her, please.
I said she.
You did.
You did.
Oh, got it.
Wonderful. Clip the ghost to my waist.
You can now damage incorporeal creatures as if they were corporeal.
I'm aware of what it does.
Doesn't matter how many times you pick up a Deku stick, because the game tells you what it is.
Uh-huh.
I can erase the X next to my net! And we said the one that she made me was masterwork, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You put in work.
Masterwork.
Before we leave, I'd like to ask the ruler a question.
Sure.
Sure.
Were you elected?
What do you mean by elected?
Were you born into this position, or did
No.
your people elect you?
I earned it.
And Ganondorf's in charge because he has a dick. Tradition's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Question?
I'm not ready to answer that question.
Question for me? A question for someone else?
Question for me or question for her?
For you.
Okay, we'll ask it later.
Okay.
Y'all already know what the question
Yeah,
is.
we do. We're not having that conversation here.
I just wanted to make her angry.
So I think we're done here.
Yeah.
I think so.
That was like on the way out the door.
Yeah.
Thank you. Come again.
You know where to find us. They never change the password no matter how many times I ask them.
Why not? That sounds like border security. That sounds like it.
Yes, and why is there a diamond?
Because that's what we make. Jewelry.
Oh, that makes sense.
Gerudo Secret Club Jewelry.
Yes.
God.
Okay, so you guys talked about spending the night. Refreshing cooldowns and the like.
Yeah.
Ooh, let me double check all my spells.
Not that we necessarily spent any today, but
Mm-hmm.
Going in.
DR1.
the prepared casters of us can prepare new things.
Which I chose one, and we'll see if it works on the ghosty.
We'll see.
We shall.
Anything else you wish to achieve, or are we just going to bed? Where, location-wise, are we holding up shop?
That's a good question.
I'm going back to Mama Silk's.
Yeah, is that not
Is the-
like our little hub?
I assumed we had respite there as long as we were here.
I gotta make sure to walk in the chicken suit actually. Because that's how I've been seeing going in and out of that place. So, in with the chicken suit. And then I'm basically gonna stack the chicken suit on top of the Goron tunic so that I can just take the chicken suit off when we get out of town.
Nice. Nice.
It's real cozy.
First words that come out of her mouth whenever you do so are talking about rent prices before once you get inside she switches to how are you? How's
As
your
Poco
day?"
is casually taking rupees out.
Say, no dear, that was to keep up appearances.
So
I'm not
was
actually
this.
taking your money.
So was this.
And I put the rupees back.
Little tongue, little green. Like I imagine it just looks like a leaf.
It's literally leaf.
It's just
Sticking
a
out
leaf.
of my leaf mask.
So, okay. Pretty much space is interesting to find, given that now there are more people in here than there ever were before, and it was already
Is there
difficult to
still
find enough
is there
space.
still like a tree somewhere outside? I vaguely remember there being a tree somewhere.
You found a perch. Not necessarily a tree, but a perch.
And yesterday, sitting outside the city, I just sort of nestled down in the sand.
How much do you like this floor? Scale of 1 to 10.
Personally, or are we talking the character?
So,
It's horizontal?
It has no scales.
Are you thinking of digging?
not digging per se, but how committed are you to the floor staying in its current condition?
What are you planning, what are you asking to do?
Create an elevated position for the bird to sleep.
I can sleep on top of the roof. Thank you. I don't want to cause an issue with the floor.
Okay.
I'm actually curious,
What were you gonna do?
Well, I have a trident.
Just
and I also have other things I could lay along the top of the trident to make like a little bird stand.
Oh my goodness, I love it so much.
It's kind of wonderful.
I'm just picturing like you hanging a bell somewhere nearby it.
Those corn toy things.
I just really now there's this visual in my head of like an Aarakocra or in this world, you know, our friendly Rito with an immovable rod they carry around so they can have a perch wherever they want it.
Yes! I love
They
that.
just turn it sideways in the air, click it, and then hop on.
That's phenomenal. I'm sold. Before bed, Poco, who told you we can't badmouth Ganondorf?
All of the Gerudo we interacted with.
I heard literally 0 of them say that you're not allowed to.
I remember someone praising him, but I don't remember who. It was
I
someone
was
he-
advised
One of the
not to
guards.
speak my honest truths by someone who is important to us.
And I look at Silk.
Your honest truths? Like your
Like-
age?
No, like our identity and how we feel about certain political powers.
If you're talking about discussing or bad-mouthing, I think you called it, the observed king of this area? Possibly not entirely a good idea when we don't know who's on their side.
I have a list of other questions now. Your identity?
Yes, hero.
What about being a hero?
I was told not to say it.
By who?
By me.
The Yiga seek to end the hero reincarnation cycle.
Good for the fucking Yiga. No. One moment. You told him not to tell people he's a hero?
Yes.
What is he supposed to tell them instead?
As little as possible.
He's been alive for less than 2 months. It's all he's got. You want him to put away his whole identity.
I want him to keep it,
You want him to keep it.
along with his life.
I've seen him fight, and I've seen you fight. I think he's gonna last a little longer announcing he's a hero.
I'm not worried about people fighting him in a fair fight. I'm worried about people knifing him in the back.
The only person I know who would knife him in the back is me.
Yes.
And quite frankly, I'm not okay with you telling him to go around not telling people who he is. Who are you to him?
Umar, it's okay.
No, it's not. This is all you've got, and I want to give you more. But for the time being, you are not allowed to walk around being a nothing. I'm not going to let you walk around convincing people you're a chicken because you have nothing else.
But being a chicken is fun.
Then be a chicken. But don't be a chicken because you have no other choice. You, however, don't remove his agency, okay?
You're free to have differing opinions.
No, you're free to stay away from my friends. I don't know you. I walked in here because she did, and I only just recently learned that you're her mother. Congratulations. My people don't care about their parents. So once again, tell me, why is your agency more important than his? Why is he not allowed to announce that he's a hero? Because you want to protect him? Announcing you're a hero is dangerous in the first place. Obviously. He's been doing it up until now. He's been fine. Why is your will more important than his?
Where have you traveled before coming here?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
I've been to the Zoroana, believe it or not, I was raised there. I've been to the Lost Woods. I've been to the Hylian Fields. I've been to the Gerudo Desert. I've been to the mountains. I've been underground. I've been in the air. I've been in a variety of places telling people what my business is. And as far as I'm aware, the two of you run around not telling anyone anything. And quite frankly, I've had enough of traveling companions who tell everyone nothing.
If you want me to stay here, I'll stay here.
No, I enjoy your company. You don't infringe your will upon my friends. You are one of my friends.
You get a little leg hug from Poco.
I've sold clothing here for years. And next door, another shopkeeper sold for years. Until yesterday when I took a knife to the back from her. The only reason she never killed me in my sleep is because she didn't know and I didn't know. The only reason that she did know was because someone announced that they were a hero at my doorstep. I want to keep you all safe. I want to keep my people safe. Again, you're free to have your own opinion, but you are in a very different place now than the Zoroana. Also, you wear armor and he does not. It's much easier for him to take a knife than you.
You clearly don't know much about him. He doesn't need armor. There's 6 of him at a time. They're standing 2 feet from where you think they are. Hitting him is not an easy task. And besides, when someone does hit him, I come down on them like 4 tons of pure Zoroana steel. And I would like Koya to not watch her mother land underneath 4 tons of Zoro Ana steel.
Confidence is one thing, overconfidence is another.
It's not confidence.
What would you call it then?
Yuri.
If I might interject,
Please.
Ganondorf's followers are likely to be in Ganondorf's lands, and they have been described as assassins, which is how we think of the Higa. So if there's going to be any knives in the dark, it's going to be here and not in Greater Hylia. So this is literally the most dangerous place to announce that you are a hero.
Mm-hmm. When has danger been new to the journey?
I'm not saying it's new, I'm saying that it's avoidable.
Glad that he has someone like you to protect him from the front.
Oh, Mara. Request then from Pokoro Nakisaturinik. If my identity must be more than hero, then I must learn about being more than hero. Teach me.
I have nothing to teach you. You're the best everything in Hyrule.
No. No, I'm not. Not yet.
Then what should I teach you?
Ooh, how do you play tic-tac-toe?
Or how do you play Salmon Run?
No.
I've explained Salmon
I know
Run
that
to
game.
you.
I know that game.
one.
Hopscotch, jump rope, ball, catch. I've never played these things.
Me neither.
We can learn together.
I can teach you both. I know probably more children's games than the rest of you combined.
Definitely, I'm not contributing much to that list.
Okay. I know this one. Tag. Yuri.
Lenimara takes a quick glance at the tiny hut there and just... You're it.
Oh. Okay, I guess I lose.
Was it not news to anyone else that Silk got stabbed last night?
We watched her get stabbed.
It was,
I don't
it was the
remember
it was the
that.
fight we were a part of in the
when we
in the
left
trials.
the trials and she got into
Oh,
the fight.
okay.
Yeah, when
I
you
thought
were-
it was like while you were sleeping, and I was like, were we in the room? And it just never came up. I'm sorry. I didn't know
okay.
that's what we were talking
That's
about.
okay.
That's an understandable confusion.
I've been sitting here like, what the fuck? No one else?
She's like, why is no one else concerned about this?
We know what's up.
Okay, so I've lost it, Tag. I will get better at that.
I think tag is more easily played in an environment that's larger than a closet.
So it's easily played here. Tag, Yuri.
Tag.
Oh no.
Text someone else.
Tag.
May I propose the rule of no tag backs?
No tagging backs.
You have to tag someone else, not the person who tagged you, because otherwise you would just go back and forth with the same person.
Tag.
She never saw it coming.
Sometimes I simplify things because it makes life easier for me. But,
You've been alive for less than 2 months. All you know is simple things.
hey, I'm 38. Thank you.
38 days, Poco.
You don't have to say that part. I'm 38. Oh. I guess I lose.
No, it keeps going.
Keep it going.
Forever?
Tag goes on forever until
Hold on.
someone says...
Why are my people not playing tag then?
That's something you have to ask.
There
people
is
when you get
hide and go
back.
seek tag.
No. Hide and go seek ends when you are found. Tag never stops.
Not until the adult blows the whistle, and even then, in the classroom, sometimes it keeps going.
I know what I must do.
So indeed.
Concern. What have I just introduced both of you?
Pogo is going to make the new game of the Koroks tag as opposed to hide and seek. That's his. He's gonna change the fundamental rules of your world, Dax. This is what you've agreed
Breath
to.
of the Wild 2, you don't have to find them anymore. You have to catch them.
They're just running around everywhere.
No, you have to run away from them because they're.
Hess running at you.
I think I should share Sarah the picture of I have from Breath of the Wild a picture where I found a Korok in the middle of a bonfire where I lit a bunch of things on fire and then found the Korok. So he pops up and he's like, "Yaha! You found me!" And there's
Surrounded by
flames.
flames.
Yep, there's fire and flames
found
behind it.
Me, when someone I know comes into my work.
Although there are, in fact, ones that you do have to chase. The Koroks, where they're just like little like lights that run in a circle, and you have to run real fast to go find them.
Go fast.
Go fast.
Yeah, on that note, Numar's ready for bed.
Yep.
Cool.
Emotional outburst of the day done with.
Are you ready to go fuck yourself?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you have to tell me now.
We don't have to do that. We don't have to.
Whispered conversation. Girlfriend, what's a dick?
Yep.
It's what makes you that the women of this village don't like.
Whoa, that's reductionist.
A little bit.
They don't
But
like
I simplified it to make his life easier.
wood. Oh, they don't like wood then, because I made the wood.
That's true.
I understand. We should light him
Ooh, sorry.
on fire then.
Sorry, guys.
If we light Ganondorf on fire, they don't like him because he's wood.
I mean, we should light him on fire.
Yes!
But
That usually works on most things.
I have a plan.
What have we done?
You come up with the
Decide-
best plan in all of Hyrule.
We've decided to light Ganondorf on fire. This is how we will defeat the great evil.
We're back to early 2006. Kill it with fire.
We're back to any Monday with the Sentinels. Light it on fire.
Okay. Silk will offer to tuck you all in.
Here we go.
The morning comes with no hullabaloo, pretty calm, and the day is yours. Sir, treated to rice porridge again because y'all had no other suggestions at the time.
I was trying to be quiet and polite about it.
Whatever it is, there's another bird that's answering you.
There's another bird? I'm gonna go out and look for the bird!
Have you
just
never
want to
seen
go, and he's like, secret side quest. But anyway, you guys are going.
Go out. Looking for this bird now.
Have you never encountered another bird before?
It's been a minute.
Why do you think she dressed me up?
I didn't. You picked the costume and I thought it was cute, but you chose it.
No.
It was picked for you, I think, right?
Yep.
I didn't pick it for you.
Anywho. Any other plans, or do you want to open the gate and seize the day?
Open gate.
Now is the time to seize the day. Stare down the gates and don't delay.
And because pretty much hand-waving things, you're able to get a message up to the GSC, the door slides open, Nabura steps out. Hey, idiots! Open the dang gate! And goes back in. As the massive gate is pulleyed and chained and pulled from your way.
Mm-hmm. Koya does the classic try to slip under as soon as there's room.
I
Coco
appreciate you.
walks under at about the same point.
Umara waits for it to raise all the way, lock firmly into place, and then strolls outside.
Coco has literally taken a corner, and now he's taking the chicken soup off.
Pretty much what you see composing the walls on left and right are solid rock, as they do. And you're seeing in front of you the beginning of what we can call the Sea of Sand. Basically, not only can you see the color of the sand that you've been stepping in, but it's almost like a haze, like a mirage, as if the sand never stops moving, never stops flowing. Before that, you have piles of just metallic, rusted old junk in front of you in just several haphazard piles.
Okay.
Ready to action. I have a spell set to go off if a bunch of swords and a helmet start floating in front of us.
Two swords and helmet. The goal as far as what to retrieve from this place is going to be two longer things that will act as skis, and then shorter things that will form the inside of the raft,
We want it
as well as a long pole to serve as a mast.
It's entirely possible. I have all of that in my inventory already.
Just casually
I
already
could just
have
build
it.
this boat out of weapons, guys.
I don't
Sword,
know that.
sword, staff, trident, shield, 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 shield. Need a mast. Busterang. We can just make this thing out of my weapons. Why are we here?
The busterang has to go on the end as a rudder.
Yes! Oh, I
Busterang
love
is
that.
officially the rudder.
Okay, so we're here for a pole.
At minimum, we need a pole.
If we can't find anything else, we're fine. I will just be... Actually, I won't be unarmed. I'll still have weapons.
Gerudo, their main weapon.
Glaive.
We're done, guys. Turn around, go home.
So, because basically the gate raises after you all step through, ka-chink, 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 and they gradually lower behind you.
Yay!
And you guys can put yourselves basically over there, so you have the chance to survey the location before fully entering it. but vague piles of junk. This one is more of like a block. It's weird, and it was same weird in Skyward Sword, and never explained of why it was a freaking like basically a GameCube built in there. But pile of junk, pile of junk, pile of junk. All the rest of these are pile of junk. The sea of sand is here with these two little protrusions that hit at right angles. The yellow guys, which most of those I pulled out of the bag as yellow and didn't have to fish for, are the electric shoes. The doubles are the big ones, and the one little guy by himself is the small.
Got it. So it's not 5, it's 2 big ones and a little one.
2 big ones and a little one.
Okay.
A little more manageable.
Oh, these guys are the shocking ones? Electric
Zip zaps.
Yes.
They're definitely zip-zapping.
The zip zaps.
resistance to electricity. I got excited.
Okay, yeah, that's something to be excited about.
Yep. Koya's gonna have put on the rubber suit, knowing that we're headed to the electric shoes.
And as we approach, Umar just kind of takes the buster ring off Poco and slings it over her shoulder.
And if we use that as part of the combat map, it basically is a tunnel effect. If you choose to do combat back there. Which is possible. Just going to be unremarkable squares back there.
Yeah, I can get those shoes closer to us if we want. And she takes out the fairy slingshot.
Why would I want them closer?
Can
So
we
we
put
can-
a bomb by them with your magic bomb summoning?
You could lay bombs
try.
beforehand. Have them walk into the bomb.
So I need to be about here before I can start doing anything.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up the remote detonating the square bombs and see how far away I can place it.
Those, place them in your hand. They
Okay.
summon the bomb into your hand, but you have to throw it to be able to.
Got it.
Man, if only we had someone really good at throwing things.
As the best chucker in all the land, will you do us the honor of chucking this bomb?
What is chucking?
It's another word for
Behold what chucking is.
Where are you?
I'm right there.
Okay. So
I'm probably not going to make that throw. However,
Okay, that's about 40 feet.
Yeah.
And I think ranged increment is like 20 for throwing a...
it is now.
So I think like going beyond the range increment is another like...
It's a
just
minus 2.
Minus 2.
Minus
Minus 2 for every range increment you bust.
Pass the first.
And you're trying to hit them directly?
I'm trying to land adjacent at most.
Okay. A spot AC of 5.
Natural 20!
Nice!
You successfully hit the spot and do the splash damage.
The best thrower in all Hyrule!
So splash damage is 1 plus your hit mod.
1.
Take that! You just
Multiply
froze
on
me.
a
No, it was
crit?
dex. It was
Ooh!
dex. It was
Ooh!
dex.
Oh, plus my dex?
Yeah.
Is this multiplied on a crit?
You critically hit the space.
I did! That
You
space
did-
is gone!
You didn't critically hit the thing.
This
Because I
is a
specifically
crater.
asked you, do you swing at the thing? And you're like, no.
No, because then I might miss! I'm throwing a rectangle!
When this combat is over,
Briefcase.
let's discuss what the AC of these things was.
Oh, I know that it's very low, but also, Umara's not a throwing character.
The
You
best
did great.
chucker
The
in
best
all
chucker.
You did great.
I never said I was the most accurate chucker.
Just the best.
A chuck is like a yeet. You're not doing it with any accuracy.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
it's not
code
a
you.
Let's roll for initiative, Paul.
You go and then they go. They rolled a 1.
I got a 20.
We go and then they go.
Cool.
got a 12.
Not with a percentile, we're not.
Wrong.
That-
That's 99 chances to beat their initiative.
God, that's not even.
12.
Imagine if you
It's not
rolled a
even-
0 though on your.
That's how
Well,
100.
that's
I know, but if you
an
said I rolled a 0, you go and then they
They
go.
go.
Yep.
I'll go first.
Cool.
Throw the buster ring.
Okay.
I actually don't have the numbers written down for throwing things, so I'm just going to assume that it's very similar. Yeah! That's a 28.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
And since it's a thrown weapon, I add strength. That is 8 damage.
You just have to do a little.
Go fuck yourself.
Flies all the way back to you.
And shocks you on impact.
That'd be awful.
That would be awful. Turn is somebody.
Yep. Anyone wants to go?
Anyone but me.
Yeah, Koi is going to.
These aren't animals, right?
Correct. Aberration to be close.
Who has the master weapon right now?
You.
Cool.
You never have to ask that question.
The one time we did, it's because I forgot I had it.
Yep. She's going to shoot.
Let's not waste any of our special.
Ancient arrow.
I already used it.
On Ganon.
Yep. I'm just gonna shoot a regular.
It was built into the item description.
Literally, it will kill anything except bosses.
Yep.
It's like, let's fire this at the bossiest boss.
I wanted to do the most
No.
damage. Yeah, I'll just shoot the endless quiver works for typed arrows as well, like
Mundane
bomb
arrows.
arrows or just mundane arrows. Cool.
It can restore the arrow that's a part of it, but not the bomb. So if you have
Got
a bomb arrow, you can restore the arrow and don't have to worry about buying mundane arrows, but you cannot restore the bomb part of it.
Cool. I'll just shoot a regular arrow then.
Do it, Batman.
Get him.
That's an 18 to hit.
That does.
4 is 16.
Still
I
hits
lied.
because they're
Oh,
useless.
But
Yeah.
yes.
And I was like, how do you have a plus 11? I was freaking out.
If they split in two.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Now there's 4.
Ooh, this
Who
is going
wants
to
to
be
go
a
next?
problem.
Yes?
How far away are we approximately, Dex? Like this cluster, yeah.
So if this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, that's probably another 30 on top.
Okay, so 55. I speed 20, baby.
Yep.
That's
This was
not
approximately
damage.
30 to get here? Or to get here?
About, yeah, right before.
Alright, 30.
I'll
I can get really close.
move up the 30 so I can be close to the people who I will hopefully not have to heal, but just in case.
Here?
Fair.
That was 30.
Can I keep my ready to action ready if the ghost shows up and still do things now?
Yes. You can
Yes.
spend your turn
It's
to
a
ready that
standard.
action.
Well, when we
You-
walked in, I
But you
said,
could also do things. So
You're
'Cause, like-
doing you did a move action, and holding an action is a standard.
yeah.
So you can.
so I just have to keep holding it. I can't be like,
Yeah, you
I
can't
held
fight.
it and do
Yes.
other things.
Holding an
Yeah.
action is essentially taking that action and pinning it until your next turn. You're like, this is going to happen if it's met.
Okay.
But then when your turn rolls around, you're like, alright, it didn't happen, let's do something else.
You can't stack them, so it's like I have 50 held actions that trigger.
Oh god, otherwise Umar would be like, don't start this combat yet. Don't start this combat yet.
I hold another attack.
Don't start this
I need
combat
another
yet.
6 seconds, guys!
And then as soon as the enemy comes in range, you go, he's dead.
Had to check. Had to check.
So you can refresh your held action if you so choose.
No, I'm gonna keep holding it and watching for the ghosts because I'm gonna let the people who hit and shoot things hit and shoot the things that can hit and shoot.
Yeah.
Good sentence.
You could also be one of those people.
You have a bow.
Yes.
I do. I only have 20 arrows and I would have to buy more.
I can.
I can make you them.
I have
That's about what I thought.
66.
Did he just move into my threat range?
You
He
have
did.
reach, correct?
Get wrecked, son.
You'd be able to take an attack of opportunity when he leaves that square, I think.
When he leaves?
When he leaves.
Yeah.
Because he was there and then is
So
there.
he said yes, you get one.
Punch it.
Entering the threat range does not trigger. It's leaving the threat range.
Which he
Give
did
you
do.
a threat
Which he
square.
did do. Gotcha. Okay. Well, then I'm going to attack him with my opportunity. Hit him, hit him, hit him.
And I'm going to use my Twin Masterwork Scimitar, because I don't remember acquiring this.
Nice. Poco got this
Ooh,
for you.
24.
That is.
Yeah, I bought that for you.
Uh-huh. You were just decked out, girl.
Roll damage.
It's my sugar
You
daddy.
got a good sugar daddy.
The best girlfriend.
Best sugar daddy in the game.
Ain't no Splenda daddies here.
4 damage.
Does a 20 hit your armor class?
Yes. If you're hitting, do you add your strength to that? I don't know.
If it is a scimitar, yes.
Well, that's still 4.
Okay.
But it does, yes, Dex.
So it does 3 points of physical damage and 1 point.
Oh, I
of
have a
electric
+5 to electric damage.
Okay, so it does
So it
no
does
electric
not.
damage. It does 3 points of normal damage and attempts to grapple. Does a 4 beat your combat maneuver defense?
It's close.
Ooh, by a hair.
Barely.
CMD
She's taking this far too seriously.
Yeah, she doesn't know what her CMD
Okay.
is.
I was gonna... Guys, I'm too dumb for that.
No,
You're not dumb.
not dumb.
You're not dumb.
You just have less experience.
That doesn't mean I'm smart.
The stuff you talk about, you smart.
You're smart.
It was 3 damage.
Yeah.
3 damage.
And that's it. That's their turns. Because they're just... Oh yeah, actually.
One more damage to
Crawls
you,
out from
jelly
the-
electric monster.
Behind the block. And he's a little guy, so... Good luck getting there. Turns back to all of you. They've all moved.
And we've established that my returning boomerang returns at the end of my turn, so I can only throw it once.
Yep.
Alright,
Since I have quick draw, I throw the boomerang and then my trident.
Zing, shing, think. I love it.
Yeah. And this is all aimed at him.
Okay.
That is a 16 and then a 7.
One of those hits, and then the other also hits.
Yes! That is 11
But he didn't.
followed by 4. I killed a jelly and I have to go grab my trident. Which I'm gonna do right now. Yoink.
That was a full attack action.
5-foot step. I'll be getting that trident back.
Oh.
Anyone who's not Umara.
Shooting.
That's a variety of people.
Shooting that guy again. You said a 7 hit, so I'm just gonna say that hits. 6 damage.
Sploosh.
Like gelatin melting.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Held action to trident beam if anything gets in range. As the not trident, but
I was
the,
like,
the
I
royal
had
long
trident.
spear. The royal long spear.
Beam attack. Got it.
Yep.
I'm a fire laser.
Can we
bring that
just
stuff back
vote the
up, I remember
Poco
it all.
short enough that I could probably shoot over his head?
Probably.
Yep.
Also, I forgot to do their splash damage thing.
Now
that
you'll
was
do
my
it.
fault. Nope, that was my fault. So,
Well, I mean, from now on you'll do it.
Bitch, I'm concerned.
because the frost ones did that.
I'm only concerned if they get to us.
We'll just say that since it was against Sierra with her resistance, she was like, whatever.
Well, yeah. You were both shooting, and yeah, that would have been okay. Good.
Actually, I will probably just move so I'm not shooting over my person, my
You're
friends'
also perfectly
heads.
fine too.
No,
There's
because
no penalty for it.
if I do a 1, I don't want to accidentally shoot someone in the back. All right, I've shot 2 arrows
I
so
have
far,
never seen
and
a
1 was
single-
terrible.
I have never seen a single one of us as a dungeon master rule that a natural 1 is shooting your friend.
Chitsuko's not confident in her shooting abilities.
Also, you rolled terribly and then pinned a goblin into a
exactly.
fire.
I've shot 2 arrows, and they've been on extreme ends. If those are my
She's not
only
liking
2
her
settings,
Let's land in the middle. Roll a dice.
those are my only 2 settings.
The only thing you have to fear is an NPC rolling a nat 1, because then he might sunder your armor.
Yay.
What?
I don't have armor.
Bucket hat.
What happened was an enemy
We'll
attacked,
discuss it later.
and it would have killed an NPC, and you said, "Can I interrupt that with deflect
I'm
arrows?"
going to assume
That is
that
not
works,
a normal ability
'cause
for
that's
deflect
a much
arrows. It
larger
was not
number
given
than a
within
7.
adjacent target.
What is my
But that wasn't
damage
what
on
killed
this
the,
one?
the bucket. What
One
killed the
second,
bucket
one
was
second.
the
I know
nat
what to
1
do.
that
To distract
generated-
wild predators, distract them from their eye line. If they can't see each other, they won't fight.
That's 4.
4 does not hit their armor class.
No.
4 for the damage.
I
15
rolled a
for the
15
attack.
to hit the thing.
You did it! 4 damage!
That's 4
You have a
damage.
66% accuracy.
And she looks very surprised that she actually hit something.
Good job, Tuko.
She's just got the overwhelming feeling of oppression from literally everyone around her, and Leto puts it into words. Why are you surprised?
All 4 of us turn to her like that.
Okay, cool. I love that.
Took you long enough.
That's 10 feet, right?
Alright. If you're using
Yeah.
reach, it has to be the whip, I believe.
All right.
You can throw your skill.
Summon my whip.
That was a 1.
Ones don't hit.
Alright.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
Jelly
okay.
man.
You're too busy going like,
I
good
just-
job.
I was like, really
Thanks,
good. Walking
You
backwards.
killed the one.
Took my held action right there.
Get my one out of the way.
It's not going to trigger.
Because
So
it's
if
going
it
to.
gets in
Yep.
range.
Sierra's
Because it's
gonna
going
be
to attack. It's going to attack her. Yep.
No. Sorry.
And then
You're good.
you did the thing.
I
Okay.
killed one.
So time for the boys to move. So 5.
People are afraid of these?
I'm estimating the 15
You
feet.
can outwalk them.
Turn order goes back to you guys.
It just
These-
looks at you
these
adorably.
keep squelching forward with their tiny little bulging eyes and their rolling, roly-poly forms.
They're almost cute.
If you made like a little beanbag of them, yeah, that might be cute.
Okay. I throw the busterang at him, and it's presumed that I picked up my trident on the run.
Yes.
Yeah! Ooh, that is an 11.
11 hits.
6 damage!
Koya is going to shoot. It's more than 11. It's like a 20 not nat,
Nice.
which does 3 damage.
Okay. Who has not done the thing?
We got 3 of us
Turn.
still.
3.
I'm going last every time, guys, so.
Okay.
go for it.
Okay, so
Well,
Sierra.
I'm going to attack the one in front of me. 18 plus stuff, so
Get more than 3 damage.
force.
Get 3 damage or more.
But it looks like you're trying to pitch a softball.
I did 2 damage.
Ugh, that hurts. It doesn't hurt it enough. It does hurt, but it doesn't hurt it enough.
5, 10, beam attack. As I it's gonna take 15 points of arcane piercing from
Dang.
master energy.
Defend your girl.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is I don't think it can do enough electric damage to overcome the 5.
Good.
So it splashes with statically charged jelly fluid, and you're just like, who's next?
Gross.
Please move
We
me
live in
roughly
very
diagonally
different
towards
worlds.
that one.
How many feet? All of them?
All of them. I'm going to shoot the one Umara just hit. Or attempt to shoot it. I literally rolled a 5, and with
Plus?
my attack, that's a 4, so it's a 9. Yay! I hit the again. I'm still surprised.
They're oozes. They're big.
It's a 6.
Yep, I'll finish it.
I kind of want to swim through the big one.
No, you don't.
Have everyone acted this turn?
Yep.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's all.
I have to remember to pick up my
Big
arrows.
jelly.
As a helmet and 2 blades
That's a ghost.
rise out from the
Umara, step yourself
rise
back.
out from the junkyard.
That's a ghost.
That's a ghosty.
The helmet first, then one sword, and then the other sword as they kind of hover together in this mishmash.
Does it have any cool music?
Not specifically.
Aw.
I could put up just spooky tracks, but not specifically.
Is it carrying a lantern of any sort? Is there any kind of poish light about it?
2 swords. Rest of it, helmet, 2 swords, rest of it's invisible. And one blade goes,
This thing has how much reach?
Why?
It's a whole truffle court.
16 does not exceed Umar's. So, this guy moves his
Get fucked, you lame ass.
grand total of like 15 feet. And that's his turn.
Can I roll any kind of perception to see is this actually a ghost or is it an invisible beastie?
What are you trying to perceive? You can perceive
Well,
what
I
you
was
see.
trying to see if I could see, like, because if there was like a Poe burning light in it somewhere, a soul hanging around,
Okay.
basically.
Roll visual perception.
That is a 20, not natural.
Okay. You can't see any types of light or anything in there. It just looks like a floating pair of swords that are loosely hanging next to a floating helmet.
You have Naomi with you.
Going to. So first, I'm gonna quick draw out the Royal Tower Shield, trident in the other hand, and then I'm gonna. Can I stab it from here?
You can. Sure, you can.
Radical. Does a 27 hit
Mm-hmm.
for 9 damage.
Okay. What part were you aiming at?
Body, supposedly.
Okay. And how much damage was it again?
9.
Okay. So you swing and it clangs off of the helmet, and that clanging shoots sparks off of it. You said 9?
Mm-hmm.
Who next?
Koya's gonna 5, 10, 15 to get within. I think that's within point blank. Make it 20 just to be safe, and shoot a cold arrow, frost arrow at him. Does a 19 hit?
And what are you aiming at?
I'm aiming at the helmet.
Okay. And say the to hit. again?
19 is to hit.
Okay. Roll damage.
Cool. So that's 4 piercing, 5 cold.
It's now ching again. Sparks fly off of the helmet, and now an entire layer of frost can be seen over top of that helmet as it just leers in that little cackle again of.
I'm going to cast a spell
Okay.
on the thing.
I'm going to cast a spell.
I'm aiming for like the helmet, but also like the bottom of the helmet in the hopes that if I hit it, I'll also hit whatever is maybe under it.
Okay.
It will get a will save on this nonsense.
Do you have to hit it first?
DC 16.
Passes.
I don't have to hit it as far as this thing.
It passes.
Okay, never mind.
Roll the nat 15.
Any partial effect on
No,
this?
no, because I said it's a 16.
It rolled a natural 15.
Natural 15.
Plus bonuses.
Plus whatever. Okay, never mind then. No, there's no other effects if it doesn't work.
What was it? For fun.
Yeah.
Ghostbane Dirge. If it had hit, it would have made an incorporeal creature take half damage from non-magical attacks.
Nice. I like it.
It's very nice.
She went.
Seer in the night.
I would like Scorpion Boy to come out. It had been assumed that he was always in the same square as me until he became useful in combat, because I didn't want to use 2 dice until he came out. But he's now going to walk away from me and come over here. We're not quite flanking.
But you're getting there.
Working on it. But is that 10 feet from his little wrapper edge?
10 would be right there. Yeah, we'll say. Because
His swords are extended a little
Okay.
bit out from him.
Well, then I guess I'm going to reach for the handle part of his sword. If there were something holding on to it, I would be trying to.
Are you trying to attack?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
with my scorpion whip.
And you're aiming for right where
The handle of
the
the
hand
sword.
would be.
With an 18 hit
Okay.
to hit.
Okay. So the claws do strike that handle, and again, sparks come off of it as they do. What was the damage on it?
4!
And that was on the sword.
We'll go seeing what's going on. 5, 10, that's 15.
5, 15.
20, 25, 30.
You would hit 30 right there, because both diagonals.
Alright, well, I'm double moving
Okay.
regardless, so 35. Spears out, facing the Jew.
Okay.
Because no one else
Smart.
is.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Has everybody gone then?
Yep.
So let us start with the go.
Though for my move action, can you just move me in closer to all the people I theoretically might have to
Where,
hit?
where do you want to be? Is that good?
I'm roughly within 30 feet of everyone, so yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Attacks coming on these two sides to the unarmored. A 27 on
Smell and
Scorp-
spell range.
a 27 on Scorpion Boy and an 11 on Sierra.
Scorpion boy is hit.
Okay. Scorpion Boy takes 4 points of damage and needs to make a. Or actually, it's. Nope. Never mind. We go.
Alright.
But
And
remember,
then
he has damage resistance.
2 5-foot steps.
Oh, rude.
Does a 13 exceed Poco's armor class?
Because I haven't declared that my weapon is defending, it does.
Okay. That does a grand total of 2 points of bludgeoning damage
Oh no.
and 2 points of electricity damage.
Oh no. The electric bypasses DR, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I take 3 damage.
And the grab attempt is a 8.
Failure.
Yeah. It did its best at being squishy. And again, the ghost kind of cackles at it
I hate it.
as now the turn goes back to all you guys.
A bunch of punches!
Punch.
Okay, so after
Where
my
are you
ready,
aiming?
I'm gonna keep hitting that helmet.
Okay.
Yeah! That's not gonna hit, and a natural 20!
Okay. Roll the crit.
But that's for my second attack, so that's only 16.
Okay. Roll the damage for it.
9.
Okay. Is that when doubled?
Doubled would be 18.
Okay.
I didn't know if a 16 confirmed.
So, as you slice and dice the helmet, a line appears straight through it as you are almost cleaving through the entire helm at this point.
Pretty
So
impressive for the tray.
a helmet that is almost
they have blades.
almost in 2 parts.
They're small, but they have blades.
Umar's turn is over. On to the others. Do your the thing.
Koya's gonna shoot another frost arrow at the helmet
Okay.
because it's almost cleaved in 2,
Mhm.
and hopefully the additional cold will make the crack form better. That is a 25 to hit.
Okay.
26 actually, and then 6 damage piercing, 2 damage frost.
And again, like the sheet of cold surrounding it almost would freeze it in place if it was something that wasn't just hovering in midair. So it thoroughly covered in a layer of frost. Who's next?
I'm going to channel energy.
Okay.
Because I know that works.
Okay.
Channel the harm.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not channeling to heal all the other people. I'm trying to harm the thing.
Okay.
Which means you get bonuses.
Also, I can't actually channel. I can half channel to harm. I can't. I don't think I can actually straight up channel to harm. I just use positive energy and just send it out.
Are you a specific archetype that replaces channel? Channel can always be used to heal your allies or to harm.
So for
them.
now, let's say that she's harming, and I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Harm
channel can
undead.
always be used to harm undead.
It's entirely possible that the archetype
Roll-
functions there.
roll
So
your
I'm gonna look
check.
at that up, but for now, we're gonna say she's a regular player.
That's 9. Does any kind of shape, like, do we get any sort of edges to this thing as the blue light ripples out?
Nothing new.
Okay.
The hat's really frozen. Helmet's real frozen. So
I
you did your
thought
thing. You just did your
domain,
thing.
if that matters. Stoic caregiver.
He did the thing. She's about to do the thing,
And then I've been going last.
Poker can do the thing.
And I'm not gonna move, but now we're flanking. No? Too far apart? Okay.
I don't want him to get closer. I fear for him. He's small. Well, then he's just gonna be over there. He's a distraction.
Then I'm just gonna attack like I had been doing.
Okay.
Aiming for the same thing, the handle of the sword.
Okay.
That is on my side.
Okay.
With a 12 to hit.
12's not going to do it.
Okay.
You're swinging your little low on this one. And Scorpion, Scorpion Boy didn't.
I don't think there's anything he can do to this.
Okay.
Tis a ghost.
Are chews considered evil for the purpose of the master weapon?
For the purposes of the master weapon, they should not exist. It is some type of evil magic that allows these things to exist.
Aren't you a small creature?
I use oversized weapons.
It's a specifically we agreed upon that he's allowed to use a medium and forego some of the benefits.
This chew's gonna eat 11 plus 13 is 24 points of magical piercing.
Okay. The first hit splits it.
If that conducts, then I take potentially damage back.
It would be a total of 6 electric.
I take it.
And that hit splits it in 2.
Awesome. I don't have anything else I can do that turn.
What was the total of damage you had though?
I did 24 points.
Okay, duly noted.
The whole thing just dies.
I just need to know what's their health bar for the remaining splitty guys.
Got it. And then I could 5 foot step if I wanted. Nope, there's no benefit to it. So, bueno.
Okay. Has everyone had a chance to go this turn?
Yes.
Okay. Unoriginal fashion. We're gonna go Ghosty first. Again, on both sides. With Scorpion Boy on his left and Sierra on his right. Just swords neither direction. Does 16 exceed Sierra?
No.
And I don't think a 12 beats Scorpion Boys.
No.
Okay.
Nice.
Those don't work.
I'm not used to your tactics, Ghosty
And
Boy.
these guys go like this.
Yep.
And
Flank me.
one is a 21 and the other is a 20.
2 hits.
So
Ew, good.
I don't have to. My AC's only 11.
and the flanking. So it's going to be a grand total of 6 points of damage, including the bludgeoning and the electricity.
I'm sorry. 2 hits of physical does how much?
Okay.
I have DR1.
So the physical, I've given you the first attack, which was 3 points of bludgeoning,
Got it,
or
thank
4
you.
points of bludgeoning, and 2 points of electric.
Okay.
So it's a grand total
5
of
points.
6 minus 1.
Yeah.
The second hit does 2 points minus 1 of bludgeoning and 3 points of electric, and then they
Got it, thank you.
attempt the grabs.
My CMD is 14.
They try to stick to you. One of them does.
15, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Does it still grab?
It meets but does not exceed.
Awesome.
So that and that is
Fun fact, I
And
need
they're
to
just
change that. It's
kind of-
16, my strength mod went up.
kind of ping pong you back and forth between them as they squish and go.
Ah, that's fine.
Turn goes back to you.
Well, since this thing's not swinging at me, I'm gonna put my shield away and two-hand my fucking trident.
Okay.
And I'm gonna swing.
Swing, bada.
That is a 28
Hit.
and a 20. Not
Hit.
natural.
Okay.
Sweet. So then that is 6 and 12 damage.
Okay. The helm snaps in 2. And half of it falls.
Oh.
And the other half hovers.
Is it now 2 ghosts?
Is there
I think
anything
it was 3 to begin with.
clearly inside the helm, or it's just half a floating helm?
Half a floating helm. Who would like to be next?
I'm consistently going last.
I want to go. Which side of the helm is still up? Left or right?
Move left.
Left is still up. Okay. So I want to specifically at that angle with the metal arrow.
Okay.
To try to shoot it off of whatever it's on.
Okay.
And we can call that say that that's a called shot if you so desire.
Okay.
But I don't remember what my penalties are for that. Oh, that's probably not going to work. So normally it would be a 14 to hit. Yeah.
Especially since you're hitting half a target from what before the arrow sails far. But Eternal Quiver, you still have the arrow.
I do still have the arrow. Since he's hitting us anyway, we're going to move closer.
Okay.
So we can get flanking.
5 foot step.
Are we flanking now?
You would be if you could. For reasons.
It's because it's 3 ghosts.
You cannot apply flanking bonuses.
Yep. Alright. Well, then I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
Shoot for the hand of the sword. It's over 20.
Okay.
1 damage.
Okay. Again, little sparks. Little sparks.
I'm gonna
Come
take
off
his
of its hand.
fingers one at a time.
But it's still floating.
Jitsuba?
This thing doesn't. Can I roll like a hunch or something? This thing doesn't
Sense motive.
feel like a ghost.
Sense motive. That's your hunch.
It's a 20, not natural.
Your hunch is that it hasn't done anything ghostly in the other types of ghosts that you faced.
Yeah.
If there was a way to levitate or telekinesis or just move items, this could very well just be 3 items that are floating and doing their own thing. That is your
Because it
hunch.
hasn't done anything. The other one rippled when the energy hit it.
I feel like the other one was also a lot harder to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just weren't doing anything to it.
Well, like we've set ourselves up with magic things now, but this one, it just doesn't feel like it. So I'm gonna actually shoot one of the things that's trying to eat the child.
Okay.
The one that's closer to me.
Okay.
Aiming specifically that if I miss, it doesn't hit Poco.
It's not gonna hit.
I
Poco
know
unless
Poco's concerned.
unless
No,
you
not
ask
Poco.
it
Umaro. No, gosh damn it. The blue triangle is worried.
We are Groot.
Oh, girl.
Roll the
Do you
hit.
need an early bedtime, Sarah?
No, I shouldn't.
It's boot o'clock.
6 AC.
Then I hit it, thank goodness. For a total of 1 damage. No, wait, is that a 1? No, it's a 7! Will you look at that?
Oh, you shot a chew.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that changes my turn a little bit.
Because the other one doesn't feel like a ghost. The others seem to be handling it pretty well.
Does it change my turn at all, actually? I don't think it does. No, I'm still going to do exactly... I'm just not going to do the spellcasting version. I'm going to go ahead and turn to the one that wasn't just shot.
Okay.
With the Master Sphere. And I'm going to name 2 AC from defending for 1 round.
Okay.
So 4 AC from defending then.
Don't roll a 1.
I didn't. It's going to go ahead and take 10, 11, and then 11 minus 4 is 7, so 18 points of magic piercing.
Cool.
Electric splash.
2 points of electricity. Is it?
Got it. Oh,
Exploding.
smell funny.
Yeah, tiny little pool of electricity.
I have done that.
And that was, I believe, everyone? Top of the order?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see if...
I will go ahead and 5-foot step here.
Okay. He's going to follow you
Okay.
with his turn.
Yeah, no, just specifically if he went for Seer, then I would have attacked opportunity.
On the edge.
That's what mattered.
Okay. Thankfully, it was on an edge, and it re-rolled as worse, and does not hit you.
Cool.
Time for Ghosty Boy. Does a 19 hit either of these two?
Yeah.
Seer and Scorpion. Who? Both?
I agree.
Scorpion Boy takes 9, Seer takes 11, and Seer, you are shaken.
Okay.
I believe it is 1 turn. Actually, wait. What is your wisdom bonus?
2.
You were shaken for 2 turns.
Okay.
And what is Scorpion Boy's wisdom bonus?
Probably like -4.
I actually don't have his stuff right here, and it's somewhere way back in our.
It's less than 0.
He's shaken
He's
for
shaken.
1 turn.
Okay.
Just means you're going to take a penalty on your next attack.
Gotcha.
As again, both swords swing down, and as they actually hit you this time, they start menacing. And there's a little bit of what you could almost call body language, where there's more confidence in the way that they're hovering.
It's a shimmy.
Shimmy shake.
Ghosts are more confident now?
They did basically like a performance to intimidate after they attacked.
Got it.
And they were able to successfully shake these two.
Dazzling display.
Oh, probably neither of those hit.
Targeting
does
the
an
helmet?
18 hit?
Mm-hmm.
18 on the helmet?
What's the damage?
That is 8 damage.
Okay. And again, you'll keep striking out at this helmet as the metal on your spear, which you were using Trident?
I'm using Trident.
Trident? The 3 prongs, each time that they hit the surface of that helmet, sparks keep flying. But it's just, so far, you haven't been able to get as many solid hits on it to be able to cleave that metal into.
Can I roll some sort of knowledge to identify a laugh if it's one that we've heard before?
Okay. It is an experience.
Yeah.
It is. You've heard Poe laughter before.
Yeah.
This is either Poe laughter or a really good, imitation.
Impression. I'm gonna say whoever is pulling this prank, it's not very funny. Shoot a
as it cackles back.
I'm gonna shoot a frost arrow. Last one at the one that attacked Scorpion Bull.
The hand.
The hand does a 19 hit.
Yep.
3 piercing, 4 frost.
And as the arrow makes contact, again sparks as it clangs with the metal that you were shooting, and then that layer of frost goes over the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone not taken their turns yet?
Two of us.
Okay.
Yeah, for this go round, I don't think I have.
Three of us.
I'm gonna shoot the thing menacing the child
Okay.
again.
That's more than a 7.
That does it.
I hit it for 6.
Real close.
Ooh.
It's on its last knot legs.
Sounds the last ooze.
It's on its last.
It's squelching pitifully.
You could say it's on its last foot.
So I would like to try to wrap my whip around and disarm or take away the sword.
Okay. That will be a combat maneuver. Do you have improved disarm?
I have +2 for disarm with my whip.
But the feat specifically improves disarm.
Oh no, I don't think so.
So it is making an attack of opportunity against you because you do not have
Which
that,
it
I
missed.
think. Okay.
Yay! It did it.
Rude but acceptable because you failed.
So go ahead and make a combat maneuver check.
And
CMB.
So you'll roll a d20 and add your CMB bonus as he is.
so 17 + 6.
23.
Yes,
So
for that attempted.
you're able to wrap your whip around the sword, and with a well-placed tug, it comes off, and the sword flies towards you. Not menacingly, just she pulls the sword.
I was like, oh dear. I was like, wait, what's behind you?
She pulls the sword free.
Ha!
And you have a big old piece of
I
rusty
have a
sword.
sword
there.
on my whip.
Concern.
Are diagonal 5 footsteps okay?
Sure. We'll go for that.
Just, every table I feel like has a different ruling on it, so.
Boop.
Do I have line of sight on the ghosty thing still?
There is a big pile of junk in front of
Okay,
you.
I wasn't sure how big it was.
And you're tiny.
Okay, if that's the case, then the thing in front of me is going to eat a magic missile. Or
Okay.
3.
It's only going to need one.
Yep. Look at that. 5 + 3 is 8 + 3 is 11.
Sprooge.
As Pogo thinks he's still sword beaming it.
Okay, so the one remaining sword continues to attack the unarmored thing in front of it. 12 does not beat.
No!
And rumbling, rustling, and then another sword comes out of the junk pile.
Yep.
To replace the one that was... And that is its turn.
I would like to fly up on a diagonal and look down into the junk pile to see if there's just like a plethora of swords and helmets.
You did say this is where they dump the stuff from.
This is where they dump the stuff, but does it look like someone's placed these things here to just keep bringing up swords for trespassers or what?
Okay.
Because I'm trying to get a bird's eye view on this nonsense.
Roll a visual perception.
To see if I can... I'm looking for the strings to the puppet, essentially.
13.
There's a lot of dust in the area. And
Yeah.
also, I don't know what I'm looking for.
There's just a lot of junk. We're going to call it a lot of junk for now.
Now I'm just hovering up above it.
But this is the junk pile where there are,
A
you
lot
know,
of junk.
as they told you, as far as suits of armor and swords and naginata and all kinds of fun stuff. Is that a double move and look?
Can we just leave?
It has yet to
It
move,
hasn't
but I
moved.
closed distance immediately.
Like, it hasn't moved. If we back... I'm going to say this out loud. This may not be a Poe. I think it's something else. Step away and see if it follows. From my just hovering up above the thing.
Everyone else?
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to do is place a remote bomb there
Okay.
and explode it to start blasting the junk pile away.
Okay. Roll to hit, beat an AC 5, because that's a space.
Don't roll one.
I did not roll a 1.
Cool. What is the minimum damage?
On
1
a
plus dex.
bomb is 6.
And the helmet specifically wavers in the air before resuming its place.
Okay, cool. Still got my move. I don't necessarily want to use it. I want to kind of turn around and see if there's anything in that junk pile I could use as a ski.
Quiet, are you able to see other people's, like, slate science usage? You can move metal. Can you tell if somebody else is moving metal with a thing like that? Using your tech?
I've never tried. Pull up the Sheikah slate and try to pull up the just The magnesis.
Okay. 3 beams are controlling the various parts of this. The head is being controlled from the junk pile in front of you, and the sword hands are being controlled from each of these 2.
It's the
I was right!
2 junk piles to the side. Center one has the helmet. They're inside the junk piles. It's not a ghost.
Umara's gonna double tower shield. And now I'm gonna bull rush this pile using both tower shields.
Okay. Roll a CMB.
Yeah! It's a 16 against the pile.
He's locked in. Meets but does not exceed as you pummel through.
The music
Pieces.
changes. I'm so worried now.
Objects and stuff go flying out of the
Being
way.
so chill.
And in
I'm
front
concerned.
of you, white, bone white mask
Holy
eyeball.
shit.
with the look as a drop of blood going down to it, holding a sheet of slate and pointing it skyward.
Can you turn that down just a hair for audio purposes?
He always smells funny. Please help the child.
I'm fine.
You already smell strange,
I'm
and your
fine.
next one.
My health pool is like twice yours. Don't worry
I
about it.
know.
I'm
Sorry. You're right. You're fine.
I want to stab this pile of rubbish in front of me.
Go ahead and roll an attack
There's
against,
another one. We might as well just get him out now, right?
against flat-footed AC because he can't move.
That is an 19.
Okay, that hits. Roll damage.
2.
As your is this whip still?
Yeah.
As your whip lashes its way into scattering pieces of armor and swords and shields and stuff, you feel it lash something that does not have the same. It has more give, and it feels a whole lot more like flesh tearing as opposed to metal scraping.
awesome. What happens if I try to megaton the pile down? Because I'm doing that.
You're gonna scatter some stuff.
Do it. Do it.
Because I want to crush what's underneath.
Do it. Do it.
So that is what I'm doing.
Are you rolling it as an attack or are you rolling it as groundbreaker?
Groundbreaker.
Okay. So it can't be both. You can't roll an attack to do damage and break the ground around him.
I am specific. Okay, Dungeon Master. I am specifically trying to collapse the pile on top of him. What would you describe that as?
Are you attempting to attack him or are you attempting to change the environment?
I'm attempting to attack him with the environment.
Cannot have it both ways.
Okay, that
Roll-
is what I was clarifying.
Roll it as an attack or
Yeah.
roll it as the ability groundbreaker.
It is an attack then.
Okay.
That is what I was trying to clarify. I was trying to flavor a hammer smash.
Flavor
If
away.
that is the case, it's still going to be the spear.
The sword or the master weapon has stopped glowing since the chews have been dispersed.
That's fine. Spear's still going to go in, and this is attack bonus instead of defending AC.
That's bullshit.
The
Make a knowledge shenanigans if you want. But no, that is, according to it is consistent.
Okay.
I disagree with this consistency.
Roll triggers, and I reroll my nat 1.
I don't know anything
Does a 16 hit is...
You get the feeling that if he was able to move out of that pile that it wouldn't, but he's not.
Okay.
Roll damage.
Oof, that's rough.
That's going to be maximum. He takes 23 points of arcane piercing.
They should not be here. According to my mental sword, they should not be.
My mental
So
sword.
23 brings it up to 25. Okay, so you flew over. That was the instigator. You just did the thing. You did the thing that spotted them. You just attacked. You bull rushed. Turn goes to them, and given that pretty much they've been spotted, I can apply them. Middle one is going to point this Sheikah Slate straight at Umara. What's your touch armor class?
Oh no.
13? You feel weightless as your armor moves of its own accord.
I'll fucking eat you.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and you're dropped into the shifting sands.
Bye, girl.
And immediately sand starts covering your feet.
Oh, you want to play this game? I'll play this game, stupid.
Why do they always do this to you?
Because
Made of
she's
metal.
big and menacing.
Because no one else in the party wears armor.
Correct.
This one 5 steps forward and attempts to stab Scorpion Boy.
He's just a pet.
12 probably doesn't hit. So
No.
he does his best. That guy with hammer and Sierra.
Specifically spear, because the hammer was for flavor, but I did not feel as if the flavor was rewarding, and so I switched to the sphere.
Okay, he's just going to wield the magnetized weapon. Probably the one who just hit him. That'd be the smart thing to do. 20 hits AC.
Yep.
So take 6 points of slashing damage.
Sure thing. Is it considered magical?
No.
Okay.
So does not bypass DR. His turn. They are over, and the turn flops to you guys.
I'm just gonna roll it right now. He's getting it again. Just getting it out of the way. 7 plus 11, 18 hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, he'll take another 18 points of arcane piercing.
And as your sword slams into his shoulder, right, spear goes through his shoulder. It's one look at your face, and then
My face? That's hard to see.
and make some gurgling sounds before the death throws go off and explodes.
Mm-hmm.
So make a reflex save, please.
Me too?
Yes.
Okay.
15.
17.
Okay, 17 succeeds, 15 meets but does not exceed. It is a grand total of 14 points as he deletes himself from the planet, leaving no trace.
Is the orange one still technically standing in a pile of metal?
Not for long.
No! I'm waiting for fucking ever to use this goddamn spell. You sink for another second.
This is our healer.
It's called Burning Disarm, and I can make 15 pounds of unattended metal get super freaking hot.
So I believe there is like a table for how long before they start taking fire damage.
This spell causes a metal object to instantly become red hot. A creature holding the item, but I'm not aiming at what it's holding, I'm aiming at what it's standing in, may attempt a reflex save to drop it and take no damage. The heat doesn't harm the item, and it starts to cool almost instantly. So basically it's blazing hot for a couple of seconds and then cools.
Is there damage attached to it?
Yes.
What's the damage?
In my case, it's 5d4.
Okay, roll the 5d4 because, as you said, he cannot drop something that he's not.
Do I roll on this?
He is standing in. In fact, only one of them is up to his full AC after stepping out of the jump pile.
14! Nice. As it all I just look at it and it's just blue hot metal surrounding him and then it cools instantly. Leave my children alone.
The helmet parts that were frosted are now not frosted anymore.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna be.
Okay.
Not having it.
Umar, you had a thing you specifically wanted to do?
Sorry.
You're good?
Here comes the nap.
Do it.
How high is the dock?
So a drop of about, we'll say 5 feet, given keeping everything. You're at half speed while you are in the sinking sand.
I can still make that run.
Cool.
And then it's flavored as the net, but I'm trying a reposition maneuver.
Okay. You do not have improved.
Nope.
Okay. 17 does not.
Nope.
exceed.
Does a 21 exceed his CMD?
The CMD? Yes, it does.
Aha! Then I'm going to yoink him into the sand with me.
Nice.
Basically, from underneath the dock, the net snags him and
Put him in a specific square for.
I would legally have to move him into mine.
Okay.
So we're hanging out.
Down the street.
Have I gone this turn?
Nope.
I
Okay.
don't believe so.
Well, then
Only two
Scorpion
people have.
Boy is going to try to sting this one who's in front of him.
Yeah.
He can do this now because this is a body.
It is.
16 to hit.
Meets but doesn't exceed because he's out of the jump pile.
4, 5, 17.
17 exceeds but doesn't meet.
And then he's going to need to make a fortitude save.
Yes,
It's like a 12.
it is.
Meets but doesn't exceed the fort.
So he fails.
Roll the nat 8. What did poison do?
So he gets 5 poison initially, and then 1 point for 6 rounds.
Okay.
So he's going to take one, is it strength or con?
Strength.
1 strength damage every round.
Yeah.
Hold those numbers for a second. I have to combine these two, given that the bomb went off for him before he was revealed. So he's actually at 20 plus the 14. And then, what was damage first?
He took 5 damage.
And then, what was strength damage?
Yes.
And it was 1
1 for 6 rounds.
1 right now. Okay.
Doesn't get poison in his butt.
That helps.
I'm gonna 5-foot step, draw a fire arrow, and say, "Your quarrel is with me," and shoot.
Ooh.
Dang.
That is a 25 to hit.
That does the thing.
2 piercing and 5 fire.
Okay, so 7 total.
And she'll pull aside her scarf to reveal the tattoo.
Ooh. Cool.
Secrets.
So maid kill, maid reposition. Seer Prime hasn't gone yet.
Seer Prime.
That's okay.
Okay.
Watching. For falling, does he have to make an acrobatics check, or does he land right on his feet?
Okay. So he lands on his feet.
Ugly fucker.
They're ninjas.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. So she just did her thing.
Mhm.
You stabbed and killed. You repositioned. Scorpion Boy went. You're choosing not to.
Can I move?
You did the burning. That means it's back to their turn. This one has the sound of spitting insults at you. 5-foot steps and fast travels.
With the slate.
Other one swings Scorpion Boy. 12 doesn't hit.
Nope.
Turns back to you guys. He has to fort save against the poison again, I believe. He passes. How many does it take to cure? Because if you pass your fort save, you cure yourself of the poison.
You like
I'll look it
succeed.
up. Let's say it's 1 for now.
Oh.
Yeah, let's say 1 successful save
One
is a cure.
works.
He's gonna be dead soon anyway.
Take him alive.
Well, Scorpion Boy is going to attack him again with his butt.
15 plus 7.
That does it.
Yeah. He gets 4 damage plus 1 poison again. If he doesn't pass it again.
Yeah, 1 save.
Alright.
Okay. He fails the save.
Ha.
So now you get docked in 2. Okay. Scorpion Boy has went.
And then I'm gonna hit him with my whip.
Mm-hmm.
Because he attacked my baby.
He did.
That one was a 12.
I'm not gonna do it.
Alright.
Can the junk pile be charged over?
Obstruction.
Okay. Poco's gonna just proffer a weapon out to try and help him out.
I got this. Go do killing things.
Poco stands there.
Yep. Kui is going to 5, 15, 20, 25. And
You left 1 threatened square.
I did?
This one.
That diagonal? Cool.
13. No, sorry, 12. Because he poisoned.
12 does not hit.
Okay, he tries his best.
Does his best. He's got himself in a corner. When I was looking at the magnesis before, did it look like any of the people were wearing armor, or was it just the slates?
Basically, you could see the beams of them controlling the items from the junk pile. Mm-hmm.
Do slates read on other slates?
They don't read on the slates. They read... magnesis reads on metal. And the metal beams are like the magnesis
Okay, but the
beams.
Sheikah slates themselves aren't metal.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're witchcraft stone.
That's the best possible way of putting it.
DM agrees. It's officially witchcraft.
I wanna do. I'll shoot him with the. I'm just gonna adamantium, try to stab him.
She's like, I walk straight up to you.
Point blank shot. No, I wanna hit him with the fairy slingshot. I wanna annoy him. I want to.
Give him his strength back.
Okay.
No, I want to annoy him to the point that he can only stay and attack me. That is my goal. Fairy slingshot
3 turns of that.
takes.
Because next turn you could rapid shot.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is your...
Yeah, so he does
Okay.
1 damage.
And he gets that strength back.
Yeah, a little bit, but at the expense of his AC.
Yep.
So she just transferred his stats.
Literally runs up to him point blank.
The sand has not stopped moving, and now you're about knee deep in it, and you can only move 5 feet.
You might want to get
You
out.
want to move 5 feet up? Get out.
You want to be
I
out?
can't. There's the junk pile there.
The sand will continue to consume you if you stay in the
I
sand.
can only imagine.
So just throwing it out there.
Coco, do you have the hook shot?
I can't pull him, Mara.
You can come to me.
That is all I could do.
We can both.
I'm
To the corner.
gonna tie my rope to my pack, essentially. And then I'm gonna throw my pack.
Okay.
Over the junk pile.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll anchor everything.
Something like there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need a specific weight on my pack right now?
It may come up if you are trying to drag yourself out using it as a counterbalance.
Okay.
So it may come up later. You've moved with a step forward
It's my
and
turn?
thrown. Okay, cool.
That was.
It's the bad guy's turn.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Is this on my die? No, I'm just crazy.
Okay.
So bad guy time?
Yeah, that guy's time.
Well, you don't have to taunt him very much for him to want to hit you. In that you already showed him the tattoo. 16 this time.
That hits.
Okay. Does 6 points of piercing damage as he wields another blade similar to yours before just going, and then his hand reaches into his cloak.
Oh, no, you don't, bastard.
But yeah, it's the singular enemy's turn.
Spear's gonna plant in the bag. And then I want to use... Nah, I'm not gonna break the legs. And then Megaton to pound it in.
Yeah! Anchored.
Yep.
Anchored the anchor.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I roll a climb check. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah!
That's 21.
The fact that you have a completely anchored python would be an accurate word.
Essentially.
Anchored on the other side, you tug and it holds taut, and you're able to raise yourself out, pulling your legs out of that shifting sand as you do. And unfortunately, there's a lot of swords, so pulling on it causes the rope to cut itself on it. No.
I was about to be like, I live with swords every day of my life.
That'd be so funny if this was not.
I would walk out of the house right here, right now.
If that would not be incredibly mean.
Yep.
But it would be funny, so I have to mention it. But yeah, you're able to rip yourself free from the unforgiving sand that tried to eat you feet first.
And thus I climb.
I'm going to move here.
Flanking.
Yeah.
Get him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Flanking. His AC is now 15.
To
Given
hit
that he
him
is
with
then-
my whip. If I can. 21 plus 4.
Bigger than
25 to hit.
15.
Yeah. 5 damage.
And I believe you only have precise strikes with Scorpion Boy, correct?
Yep. And Umara, technically.
Not even technically, legally. I have the feat.
And then it is also technical.
Now that I...
Do you have a full attack?
She doesn't have enough base attack bonus yet.
Okay.
I think
Three-quarter?
Umara is the only one.
I'm the only member of the party with a high enough base attack bonus.
Sorry to interrupt.
You're alright. I am going to rapid shot, full attack, with the fairy slingshot to make him all the levels of annoyed, so he can only attack me.
He's gonna make a sense motive check.
Serpent style on fairy slingshot?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just to figure out what she's doing. Feel free to make a knowledge shenanigans check if you want.
Why not? That's a 12.
But yeah, you take the first shot, hit straight in the eyes, and his eyes go wide when he sees and looks closer at the item you're holding in your hand, and he detonates himself. Reflex saves from people in the area, please.
What's the range on it?
Just adjacent.
Okay.
Mine was 24.
That does it. Or
Same.
halves it. Okay. And again,
I think Sierra has evasion now.
I do.
then you take nothing.
Okay.
Is that built into Rogue as well?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, Scorpion Boy?
Scorpion Boys was 11.
Okay, 11 doesn't do it. That is a
Oh, I have in parentheses next to that evasion. So does he have evasion too?
Yes, it only works though if you make the save.
Okay.
There's an up level of it that works if you fail the save, but unless it is called improved evasion, that is not the save.
Scorpion does not have that yet.
So Scorpion takes 14 points of damage from the explosion that erupts from his body, leaving no trace.
Scorpion Boy is below 0.
By how much?
He was at 11.
So he's at -3. Okay.
Okay, we can bring him back.
I was gonna say,
He's
well,
unconscious.
everyone seems to be gone, so I'm just going to land in the middle of everyone and let loose with a channel energy to heal all concerned.
Do it, a Batman.
Are there any remains?
That's a total of 7.
Lo and behold, I'm at full.
No, 8. I lied. That's a total of 8.
Specifically, they detonate themselves to make sure that there are no remains. Because more Sheikah slates would be broken.
Don't care about Sheikah slates.
Poco makes sure Umara gets out of the pile. I think I know how to get across. And then calms out.
What about croissants?
Is he okay?
Poco was at 1 at the end of that fight. So Poco is, as a player, I'm choosing Tuckered out.
I respect it.
Mama Bird's gonna do what she can.
Carrying Scorpion Boy back.
You get
wherever
8
we
more.
go.
Still probably asleep because he's tuckered, but have 8 more for you.
And that means Scorpion Boy as well.
Oh, for
No,
everyone or just
no,
him?
that was specifically. I
Oh,
went
okay,
over and
just
did the
him.
Mama Bird pat on. I picked up the passed out Poco and did a calming touch.
It's just like, it's just enough, and he goes, the magnet. And back out.
Koya, do you see anything with your magnesis out there?
Lots of metal.
In the desert, specifically.
She pulls open the app and has a very disgruntled look on her face. And looks out at the sea of sand.
There might be a chest out there. It's a
might.
tiny little blip.
There's
Get the
something.
money while Poco sleeps.
Umara's thinking about it.
There's something out there. We don't want to walk in that.
What?
Umar, can I borrow one of your shields?
Which one?
Any. Relatively large.
Tower shield.
Okay. I want to try to surf on the tower shield just across the little area and see if I sink.
So you're just like running, jumping, and putting it under your feet?
Yeah.
Okay. So it carries you a little bit with your forward momentum, but then the sand starts swallowing it up underneath you. How far do you go out? So, just you?
Mm-hmm.
How far do you go out?
I'm just trying to go across that area.
Okay. So make an acrobatics check to jump and see how.
So 17.
Okay.
7 more.
So you almost get to the other edge, which kind of defeated the purpose. But you do slide, and as you get to where your fingertips can grab the edge, you can already tell that the sand is already swallowing up the tower shield underneath you.
Okay, so I want to get up the other edge and yank the tower shield back out before it gets.
Your hands can't do it.
Mara!
Your hands can't do it.
Okay. I pull out the magnetic and
And
magnesis it out.
mhm.
Hand it. It floats back to you. So, we have learned that we have to go quickly, and if the wind stagnates, we will sink.
As the referee comes over and tries to lift Poco's hand again. No, he's out of it, he's out of it, he's out of it.
That's 7 more for everybody who still needed it.
I'm still at full.
Yeah, I'm checking on just the general small creatures who were not doing so great.
Mara heals so much she becomes injured again. She grows an additional arm.
It'd be the first thing to injure me today. I'm assuming rowing isn't really.
Can we put Scorpion Boy on the shield and try to send him across the two things?
Okay.
See if that works?
What are we accomplishing here?
To see if we can use the magnesis to propel without sinking.
Possibly from a distance, if you read that blip, can we use that blip to pull us? Or is that too far out?
We can't.
Can you is this something you're standing on?
Well, let's try.
This is what Poco was trying to suggest.
And
I don't know if it works, but curious.
Koya steps onto the tower shield and tries to magnesis the thing itself.
As soon as it makes contact
Mhm.
with something you're standing on, the app automatically cuts out.
Does not work.
How it works in Breath of the Wild.
Rip that idea.
Because otherwise you could just elevator yourself up everywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
Goals.
So what if you were standing on something that was on top of the tower shield?
Tower on the tower shield.
If
you
you
suggested
give her a
a
piggyback ride and you stand on the shield.
Can you use magnesis while I'm on the tower shield?
Let's try.
If that motherfucker magnesis my armor, I can only imagine you can.
Okay, so
Mara,
Mars
make an
assumption.
acrobatics check to maintain your balance.
11.
You kind of fall off.
That's why I suggested Scorpion Boy go first.
Well, the problem is, he could stay on the shield, sure, but we need all of us to stay on a skiff.
Yeah. And I was assuming I would be on that skiff.
We would prefer it.
we leave the character behind.
So it goes 30 feet into the desert.
And that's it.
Well, should we start scavenging? What are all
Yes.
the beautiful things that the DM drew on the ground in front of us?
Did you notice?
Are there things we can grab
There's
and
a-
use?
There's a lot of junk.
Yay.
Of the things that you've been told to expect already, things like broken swords, suits of armor, shields.
Did anybody accidentally throw out a coin purse? Dang it.
Any pots?
Not in here. Not in this specific junkyard. There were no pots. In addition, there seems to be a mangled hunk of metal that does actually have the similar shape to the boat that you were talking about. That being said, it's rusted all to heck and missing pieces here and there. But at some point, it might have been a mighty vessel. Other things include these pieces of bizarre shape. One of them about kind of a slanted square, but made of stone with almost patterns that would suggest it to be like a palm. But it's just hanging out by its lonesome. Other little stone pieces that might complete the set, and one that almost looks like a crown with pieces broken off of it. Attached among those rusted stones, there is one of note that it's weirdly colored given that there's no rust on it. There's dust on it, but it seems to have maintained probably its shape better than anything else. And it takes the shape more or less of a diamond. And it is attached to the mangled hunk that used to be a ship.
Okay.
There's a crown.
What about the crown?
That's what I'm looking at.
As far as you wipe the dust off of it, and there are markings underneath it that would indicate kind of off-center and like off-proportion eyes, and like circles where like a face could be drawn on like by a 2-year-old. But again, pieces have been worn away by the passage of time on it. Okay.
I would like to take that diamond.
It is attached to a gigantic hunk of metal that is too big for you to move.
I have an idea.
Metal.
A
Metal
blueprint.
magic.
I was gonna say there's scattered things I'd like to try and
It's a rocket ship.
This will be the boat.
Uh-huh.
This large piece right here. This will be the sail. And you were concerned about the wind earlier. That will be me. That will be a giant metal fan that I will use to keep the boat moving forwards. And these will be side platforms that you'll all be situated on, possibly rowing.
Yes, Poco?
I take out the decker leaf.
That will be the giant organic fan that I will be swinging.
Never!
Koya
Everything needs to be metal.
That is my proposition.
Koya.
takes out her adamantium dagger and carves the diamond out of the rusted metal.
Roll the hit.
To hit?
You know I like to have my worthless rolls.
Do I add any dex bonus at least?
Sure.
You add your attack bonus. It's a
Okay.
dagger. You have finesse. Natty 1.
That's a nat 1. It's a total of 10. It's a nat 1.
Kind of approach this thing and break up the dagger to where you see it's attached to the boat, and you slip on like a hunk of metal and fall forward and bang headfirst into the diamond, and bing! A flash of bright light fills the screen, whiting out all of your vision. And in that sightless void, at this part, actually close your eyes. Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay.
Actually close
Eyes are
it.
closed. All
Eyes
four
are
of them.
closed.
I'll
They're
close yours.
closed.
I gotta find my spot again.
So concerned.
Proud of you.
So worried.
And anyone listening, you gotta do that too.
Oh.
And in that
Been touched.
So worried.
in that sightless void, there's a few sensations that work your way in through your other senses. Given, of course, that the N64 was historically known for having a multi-sensory interface that was far beyond its time, of course. First,
We're just playing the remaster.
a breeze caressing your skin or
scales or feathers, bark, or exoskeleton, respectively. It's not scalding, clawing away at exposed flesh like coarse, burning sandpaper, but cool, refreshing, and humid. On the wind, you can catch the smell of salt and brine and can hear, almost to the point of being able to feel, rhythmic breaths of the waves on the shore. The screen gradually returns your field of vision, fading in on a glowing green gemstone bound into a setting in the middle of what was once a twisted wreck and is now a proud seafaring vessel, bobbing up and down on the water's winds.
Can we open our eyes? Is our field of vision restored?
Yeah.
As scary as it could have been.
On its prow, a noble red lion's head is carved into a solemn vigil, keeping watch on the path ahead. The gem hums with energy, glowing with its seafoam green luminance. And you know for a fact that it's seafoam green because that's what stretches beyond the boat. No longer piles of twisted, rusted steel and iron, but steel docks whose pillars sink like slender fangs into the shoreline of ocean that stretches as far as... okay, no, there's definitely an end. The ocean view stretches for about a 100-foot radius from the gemstone and abruptly comes to an end, returning the land back to sand and rock. You're effectively sitting in a bubble. And before you hovers a small statue, moving of its own volition, blocky hands wavering at its sides, connected only by bands of electricity. Gemstone eyes survey each of you, with an unmoving mouth carved into what appears to be stone. Speaks. Greetings, I am designated 1ST-M8, captain of the shipping vessel, King of Red Lions, the finest boat ever to sail the Great Sea. And that's where we're leaving off for tonight.
Yep.
So wait, everything around us
And
is green? Like we just...
100-foot radius around the boat is water.
Okay, we're in a water bubble.
So, the Great Sand Sea, Great Ocean Sea now, but in a 100-foot bubble.
Okay, so like beyond that 100 feet, it's still sand, but we are in specifically a water bubble. Okay.
But again, not water bubble, you are on the docks of an actual
In
ocean.
this bubble at some other time or place.
Correct.
But on the shore of the Great Sea is where we're going to be leaving it off for this evening. In 2 weeks, the party gets to cross what used to be a desert, and now is going to take the form of the Great Sea, as we have our Wind Waker portion of the Legend of Zelda campaign. So, yeah.
Hey guys, I know how to do the barrier skip, so we're okay.
It's important. And so, last couple of sessions have been of a certain flavor, and that flavor is going to change distinctly depending on which directions they sail and what shenanigans that they get themselves into. We're going to pick this up in 2 weeks. However, 1 week from today, we're planning on going back to our Call of Cthulhu, where we are going to be on an island in the middle of a great sea. Basically talking...
You're in Maine. It's not... You're not that far off the coast.
Okay. We're going to be eating fish on bread.
Uh-huh.
And
That's good.
Going to mass with what pretty much are assumed to be a Catholic cult that is protecting secrets on the island. Who knows? We haven't figured it out yet.
We just have our suspicions.
And you've got some kind of a dig site to go look at and find out what spooked everybody.
Guys, the DM's giving us a plot hook right now. Let's take it.
But yeah, you're right. There's mass.
So anyone watching now or listening later, thank you for stopping by. And hope you enjoyed the entry into the Great Sea Throwback.
Thank you for tuning in.
And welcome to the table.
Yee!
Bye!
Hey thanks for checking out FlavorText. Hope we could spice up your lives a bit, but if that wasn't to your tastes, we've always got at least 2 campaigns going. Link! So here's hoping the other one's a little more palatable. And if you're hungry for more, you can always check out the previous episode here. Link! Thanks again. Welcome to the table.